今日のご飯は今日のご飯は
And welcome back to session 8 of Atelier Sophie 2, where today we are carrying on our journey towards the volcano way over here, continuing on from, I think we was at the Quartz Lapis, but before we do that, I said I was going to continue exploring the back end of the grasslands. I do remember. I was thinking about literally as I fired up the stream, I was like, hang on, what was we doing last time? It's only been 2 days, but I still couldn't place it immediately. Before that, though, I want to see if there's any new little quests we can pick up. Because we did rank up, didn't we? Yeah, we ranked up last time, so it makes sense to try and see what we can pick up. Did I re-equip our Breezy Aroma? Is that the spare one? Hang on. Because that is, then yeah, they can have it. I did re-equip one, so that is the spare one. Okay. I was hoping there'd be an enemy that'd be in the grasslands, since we could circle around and do it, but no luck. We can't fight that thing anyway, so let's go here. Clear this space out and then go back on ourselves. But I hope we're all doing well. We've all rested well this weekend. I kind of overslept slightly, which is why the stream started a little later, but what's new there was Sunday streams. It seems to be an awful habit of mine that I need to really kind of try and curb. I need to try and get into a better habit of just getting up early on Sundays. I don't know why it's Sunday specifically, when any other day in the week I'm fine. I always get up at like the same sort of time every other day. And when it's Sunday, I woke up like at 9, and I was like, oh, I usually start streaming at this time. Uh-oh. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. I just really need to set an alarm, really. That's what I need to do. Just not a loud one, so I wake up the whole house, but just one enough to actually make sure I get up so I can get on time with the Sunday streamers. Oh, that 2 block is very hard. Oh, okay, there's no way I'm going to get that. Hey, I got it. Never mind. I'm not going to use that Kimberlite because there's like nothing on it. Oh, is this another crater? Landmark. Yeah, it is. What's with all these giant pits? It's like there's a couple like here, there, and everywhere, all around the main city. Are they just more evidences of Elvira's previous efforts to make a city before she made Rotali? Because if it is, she can at least like clean up after herself. Because look at this. If you fall down there, you're not getting back up. Ooh, interesting. There's a Link going through everything if you have it in ice mode. Interesting. Have to keep that in mind. What's in these pots? Just waters. This is a mini boss, so let's give it a go. A level 45 mini boss. I have faith. Oh, I need to speed this battle up. Yeah, let's do Frozen Cannon, try and slow it down a bit as well. He didn't put up any aura, so we can just go straight in, but equally that also means we have no ability to get the stun damage on. Ow. This is actually perfect. It's lightning. I'll keep the animation in. So I don't know when I'll start skipping the animations, but right now I still find them really fun, so I just know that they're very long animations, which is why they give you the option to skip them. Ow. Okay, I need to swap Plushta out. Because once again, even though she's very helpful, she's also very, squidgy. It's a better word. She's very squidgy. She dies very quick. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Need to stop that immediately. You know, I won't use double action because I want to use it with Plushta when I get the chance. Get her out of here because she is vulnerable. What's that? Ram's getting kind of low as well. Sure, let me bring in Debold. Well, that works too. Right, first, we're not actually that far away from 45. For some reason in my head, I'd convinced myself 45 was ages away yet. Let's freeze this over. Can we just jump? Okay, no, we need to go around and find the way on. I saw that, Sophie. One is never too old for a snowball fight. They're trying to sound all fancy about it. So we need to find a way down to that ice path so we can cut straight through. Sun powder? Hey. Oh, come on, look how low this is. Why do you mean I can't jump onto that? Is it over here then? Hey, there we go. Okay, so you just have to find the lowest point, which is here. Or highest, I mean. And we can just follow it back around until we get to that little spot to try and get the treasure chest. We'll have to put it back into sun mode when we get there, but that's easy. That's easy enough. Oh yeah, you can see the stream lowers over here. So this is okay. Yes, that is the only point you can access it because this gets too low. This would be like ankle breakers to jump from. That said, I could have done the ice swap here and come down easy enough, but I guess I wasn't to know. Why does this path get closed off? Oh, it freezes over. Okay, I'll let them off. For a second, I thought that was an enemy. That's why I curved away. I was like, what the heck is that? It's not an enemy. It's a giant frozen mushroom. That genuinely freaked me out for a second. I was like, what the hell enemy is... It's not an enemy. I do kind of miss like the spam attack that you could do in Liddy and Suli. Where those two would just go crazy, like bopping away. There's no immediate benefit for doing that, so let's not hop down. Instead, turn us back to sun mode. So we can get through. Oh, it's dripping, so it just froze over that way. Okay. I don't think it would freeze over like that completely, but I get what they're going for. Let's see what our reward is for that little puzzle. It's a Teska arc? What the heck is that? Gemstone, magical, and jewel. Higher level than I thought it'd be. Alright. That's pretty much everything for this section, so we're going back to the quartz in a sec, but at least let me turn in what we have. I love the fact those lightning bombs are so dirt cheap. Oh, I should make more seeds. I should also then check my farm. What's this? The harmony. Oh yeah, right, I forgot. We've got like 1 million items that we can make now. I'll just take that. Sure, because we have something on the board for the green. Medical bitterness. That's not something I really want. You'd want it to be... We can do this because there's no like stretch needed, so to speak. If you look at the end, it's already all filled up, so I can put that there and have more and be a bit more relaxed about it. Whilst this one, I have to be more acknowledging and make sure those links are in place. Going to be... Hey, well, man, what do you mean done soon? Well, you've been working... Oh, new seeds as well to make. Oh, I should just do this. MP recovery. Attack. Oh, okay. My stream of cold steel. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yellow we can throw away. So how big is that game then? Because it feels like you haven't been at it for a little bit. Use that. Hang on, no. Put you there. So I can have this there and try and make them link up.
Sophie,
7 chapters and I'm on the third? What do you mean I'm gonna be done soon? That sounds like you got ages yet. This piece I can throw away. I went with the stream. Oh, right. Oh, you're right. Every time you hop on chat, I assume you're done streaming. I keep making that mistake. I forget that you multitask. Every single time. Harmony Globe. Improves focus attack. Oh, so it's like a stat booster item. Fuck, guess who failed his homework? I completely forgot to make more neutralizers. You can make... Let's get these reds out the way. And that blur. The blur can go there. Actually, that's kind of misty. I don't want to... Oh, there's other light spots, it's not the end of the world, but I don't want to block off that bottom one too much. Actually, now screw it, I'll put this here, because there's a lot of other light spots now that I think about it. Change it into another lightning component. That one then. Alright, now for all the lights. I gotta be honest, when I started this franchise, it genuinely didn't cross my mind how much of like a dedicated Tetris player it would slowly turn me into. Because I really wasn't that fussed about figuring it all out when I first started. But now, like, literally everything we make, I sit there and I'm like, okay, that can fit there and this can do that. But if I put this here, that will... Like, I get way too focused in just how everything will fit. Like, more than I have any right to. Any piece changed to a light piece. That one. Oh, there's a recipe, and I can't remember if the recipe is make a gold item with attack and speed +6 or +8. I think it was +6, so I need to kind of neuter it a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna need to neuter this. Swelling, increase HP by 60, sure. It's a bit turns out it actually was +8, but I think it was +6. It was, okay. Yes, I know it was in there. There's a cheeky one in there, the Ancient Mecha Arm. Okay, I'll make all those seeds in a minute. God damn, look at how many white lights are on that one. If I take that piece and that piece, and we've got our bases covered a little more. How are we doing on fire slots? Okay. How are we doing on lightning? Oh, these two are the only two pieces, so I should probably prioritize lightning then. And then we just get rid of the blue, and then we can start figuring out all the new Tetris grid I've made for myself. Put that there, we'll try and worry about linking them up later. Actually, let me start that again. The lightning spots are in like the most awkward places. One there, and one here. Like come on. Let's start with that instead. Let's put this here and work towards it. What do we want? The game maybe 7 chapters. I need 2 playthroughs minimum to get the plat. Yay! Don't you just love when games do that? Sometimes it's fine, it's just there's so many other instances where I sit down and I'm like, fucking hell, you couldn't have just given this to me. Sure, I'll put this here. One extra component can change into an ice. You. To a lightning. Sorry, I meant lightning. It's because I was immediately looking at the ice piece. My brain went there. Nice. Now about everything else. So I've got way too many pieces. Something's going to have to give in this. Oh god. Like every JRPG I played, I dare to say that on the first game, Cold Steel might actually be better than any other JRPG. Really? So because you seemed very positive about when you first started. Is it really clicking with you? Because I know you said before about the writing for the game you really liked. Like it felt a lot more natural than most other games. And you're not the first person to give the series very high praise. Oh boy, we're gonna really just rip apart the red because attack count +1. What even is... Like, is that... oh, no, I'm just gonna... I'm curious what old trick is enough to sacrifice the old trick. So on that level, it could just... Because we're on a load my grade rattle there. Yeah, but you went pretty far back. What I'm actually going to do is kind of dismember the red and start on the white pieces. So I think it'd be easier to work that way around than the way I was doing.
勝負はここから。これは期待できそうですね。
Meanings, right? Yeah, I know. Not on this screen, but I can, but still.
一緒にやろう。素晴らしいですね。
I'm just more curious about old tricks, that's what I'm sticking with.
錬金術の神王、いつか必ず。順調ですが、勝負はここから。
Oh. No, that's not what I want. That's not what's on that on the side. It doesn't tell me that.
ソフィー、少々相談なのですが。釜は海、素材は地。素晴らしい。
Oh, I had it perfect earlier. I had it perfect earlier and then I threw it away because I got greedy and wanted to see what I could add.
フランタ、一緒にやろう。共に英知を極めましょう。これは期待できそうですね。順次で試してみない？共に英知を極めましょう。ソフィー、少々相談なのですが。これで試してみない？素晴らしいですね。ここにしましょう。予想以上の反応です。予想以上の反応です。ここにしましょう。
Okay.
ここにしましょう。素晴らしい。さ、手伝うわよ。もちろんです、ラミゼル。素晴らしい。これで素晴らしい。釜は海、素材は地。これは期待できそうですね。
That's the best I'm gonna get.
特性を選びましょうか。
There, now I can check, because I have to be on this menu. Skill damage by 15% and defense by 30. Normal attack count by 1.
これでいいですか？
It's okay, well, man, I got it. It's it's just when you're actually building the thing, then you can check it. Like, it's just when you're actually putting the pieces in, you can't for the actual effects.
最後まで気を抜かずに完成です。
Nice, and the quality boost. A 351 quality ancient mecha arm. Enjoy your new weapon, Bludster.
どの道具にしましょうか。
Ooh. Nah, I was gonna say, ooh, the attack drop, but it's only by 3 points. Everything else goes up way too much, too. Defense goes up by 105, for goodness sake. It'd be rude to ignore that. There you are. The effects aren't ideal. Yeah. But I'm happy with that. Right. Back to what we were... $170. Oh, right, okay. I forgot about Alette. I was like, oh yeah, right, she is a member of our party. Like, whoops. So it doesn't tell us on this menu. I have to wait until I go to build it, and then I can check if I want it or not. Throw that away. Oh, I didn't realize I had that. Throw that away as well. Nice. Oh, that would be enough. Damn, I was gonna say, would that be enough to go over? Yeah, it will. I can't harm this blue at all, no. Oh, okay, I see what I'm butchering by putting that there. I lose my SC resistance, but... I'm trying to look for someone to just... Oh, I can just chuck it there. Also, what was I doing? I just completely forgot. I was like, so I just chucked that there. I just need to put it somewhere. One more every day. Oh, I try and... I only use it for my sort of, like, information stuff. Like, I know Elon Musk is, like, trying to speedrun career suicide, but that's... I don't really pay attention too much to that. I just ignore the man. I just ignore the narcissist. It's the thing that would annoy him the most. Oh, and I also need to make that as well. Well, I don't need to, but I should. And then I will make those seeds before I entirely forget. I do it must. It's leading to it doesn't change. Yeah, I hear you. So I've always done okay with it because I always just stick to what I like. Like, I stick to my bubbles sort of thing. Which is kind of what was originally the point of it before, you know, everything got so lost, it feels like. Take that. Some user complaining about how the medium does not make the content with you in mind. Yeah, But the only thing that genuinely really bugs me with Twitter, and it's something that bugs me about a lot of social media because it's become so much more apparent this year, is how, like, blatantly antagonistic it is to artists. I mean, like, the case in point, what I mean is, like, all social media seems to be against it. It's like DeviantArt just made, made AI art, okay, and just made it that it will auto default to letting the AI take your art, steal your art to use it as a base for its work. And then when people complained, instead of getting rid of AI art, which is what should never have been on the platform, but whatever, instead just saying, oh, we'll make it so we default to off, but only for set channels. What do you mean? I can tell you that. Yeah, but that's, as I've always known, it's just it's got so much more blunt this year. Like they've got NFTs to deal with. Well, thankfully that's not in the past. They've got like AI art. They've got Twitter algorithm. If you don't pay for Twitter Blue, the algorithm will bury you. It's got I don't know. I'll just get myself worked up, so I'll stop there. But genuinely, it's frustrating because I have so much love and respect for artists, and the industry is out to gut them. It's worse and worse, to be honest. When they did Logan Paul in 2018. Oh yeah, you mean where it seems like half the internet kind of forgot about that whole filming, like filming a dead body in the forest or whatever it was. But I think that was actually the only thing of interest. And that's not interest; it's the wrong way of putting it. But I'd never heard of Logan Paul. Maybe that just shows how uninvolved with the popular internet I was. But I'd never heard of him until that controversy. I genuinely never heard of him. He was never in my sphere. I had no idea who the hell he was. So it's like, oh, there's this psychopath on it. I was like, oh, okay. Anyways, it gets annoying to me when people don't understand medium rip on it. Yeah, I get that. Because it is, because you spot it everywhere, and it doesn't matter what happens. It's annoying, because we always kind of hoped it wouldn't turn into this. But Kojima kinda called it back in 2001, when Metal Gear Solid 2 came out. He kinda called it that the internet would just turn into a mass of opinionated bullshit and not actually anything of significant. And people losing their livelihoods and losing their well-being for things completely out of their hand because other people say so. Prior evil. What Kojima is in the Metal Gear Solid, man. In 2001, the entire message of MGS2 is that the villains were trying to control the internet because they believed that if the mass had complete freedom to the internet, it would result in the world becoming more and more brain dead. Because instead of actually tracing facts and believing in information. Oh no, I meant I've heard Logan Paul before 2018. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I'd never heard of him before that incident. But it's just because I started talking about it, so I feel like I should at least finish it off. Everything about that game was about the idea that people getting complete freedom of access to the internet would, in the long term, end up being a bad thing because people would just believe what they want to believe and spread it like wildfire. Creating an era of pointless information that would just make the world as a whole collectively dumber. I don't know if that's what Kojima actually believes, it's just what he wrote the game about before people start getting on him. But he made that in 2001, and it's always one of those things, every year that passes by, I'm like, man, that guy was kind of fun. He was... I don't think I'm as cruelly the mindset as that game was, but there's no denying, he was kind of slightly onto something. Do I not have better rocks? And psychologists, basic cognition inhibition, just seems like a legitimate concern for psychologists to consider. Yeah, it should, but it was also 2001. And I'm not saying like it was that different, that times changed that much, but at the same time, yeah, there's probably a lot of things where people are like, oh no, he's just being, it's a sci-fi thing, it's fine, and then lo and behold, here we are, and they're like, well, fuck, now what do we do? Because that was the game that started the whole, Kojima's kinda crazy kind of thing, where everyone just kind of went, oh no, he's just kind of crazy. Like, everyone kind of treated him like, not everyone obviously, but a lot of like media outlets, they didn't treat him like the hero he's treated as today. They treated him as like some kind of conspiracy theorist. He was just a conspiracy theorist that made really good games. So I think that was just used as more leverage to ignore his points. Around 2012, it should have been something to consider. Yeah. Yeah, I'm old enough to remember seeing how the internet was when I was younger, and how much, without meaning to sound like some kind of boomer, like back in my day, how much better it was. And now, like, slowly but surely, I've seen what it's become over the years, and how something should have been done to try and not like outright stop it, because you're never going to stop the voice of people, but make it safer for people than what it's become. Because I think that's the biggest thing, is that it doesn't feel safe for like new people, because it's too easy for information that's just straight up not true to be pushed as fact. I mean, it was literally a social experiment in 2006 that some people are still the consequence of to this day, that being the 8 spider myth. Rapidly improved around 2012, so why didn't psychologists get any legitimate concerns? Yeah, they should have, but I guess they just, either that or they did, but they were silenced. Not silenced as in like they were shot, but as in like messages and cultural storms, the internet analysis. Yeah, but as, probably more as in like the higher ups are like, no, let this do this, because we could probably use this for our own game one way or another. Which now I'm starting to sound like the conspiracy theorist, but you get what I mean. Oh, whoops. That's the thing, it's like, ultimately, it's like, if I was, I don't know when I'll ever be, because I don't even have them in my life, but if I was ever a parent, I'd genuinely be hesitant. Like, I wouldn't completely stop them, because it's just another piece of the world, but I'd be hesitant to let my kids just freely go on the internet, you know? Like, it'd be very probably controlled nowadays, to look at it and I'm like, it's such a hellspawn of information that isn't right, that I wouldn't want to, like, allow to happen. Like, if it's in factual basis, do what you want, but if it's not, I get like, I'm like I don't know. I get where you're coming from, but you think that at least the education sector, you'd be offering classes to serve as a stopgap. Yeah, but that would be the smart thing to do, so they're never gonna do it. I'll just put this here. I can't really get that much better, but I'll just do that. It's okay, well, man, we we know what it should be like. We can be 2 old grumblers. That's ultimately all we'll be seen as eventually, because it'll change so much and people won't even remember. So it will just be the people who grumble about the past, and that's about it. Change any piece into a lightning piece? There's kind of nothing I want changed. There you go. Then we'd have a better national path. Yeah, because there is some things, like... and I'm not gonna start going into politics, because I know, like, the US is kind of going through a lot right now, because it's still on the back end of midterms and everything. But it does make me curious, like, how much would change in terms of, like, the political landscape if everyone had you know, that kind of misinformation stopgap to stop things happening like that, to see if people were on better educational paths. Like, would it steer more in one favor? Would it steer differently? Would people be as much better off of it as I'd like to think they'd be? So, you speak rationally, so I respect your views on the matter. Well, thank you. As I, you know, continue to make seeds in this anime game. We just speak very so it's professional, like, and serious topic matters as I'm, like, playing as a girl with, like, cute bunny ear headpiece on, making seeds for a farm. Like, the slight irony is not lost on me. I say that, but I almost speaking of the seeds, let's get back on top of the game. I've kind of entirely forgotten it's a thing, because it's just out of the way. If it was, like, I think if it was in the Atelier, I'd acknowledge it far more. So you've got it on your shoulders. Oh, thank you, that means a lot. I might still be a young'un in most people's eyes, being 23, but I do try and pay attention. I still try and keep up with things and try and base my understanding on how I see things. Not entirely universally just in fact, but with enough facts that my opinion will hopefully help people and not just be, I think this is bad, you know? This is an 11-year-old kid. I mean, when in my school, when I was in secondary school, so from 11 to 16 years old, it wasn't that we were taught politics, it was just that if we showed a glimmer of interest, any teacher we had would be more than willing to talk about things. So, like, if there was, like, in my class, because, and this isn't meant as a humble brag, I was usually in, like, the higher classes in terms of, like, education. Like, I had higher expectations, so I was put in a higher, smarter class. There were a lot of kids that were interested, so I had a lot of exposure to it early on from different perspectives, from different teachers, all of which trying not to be biased, but, you know, you can't help it. Sometimes there is glimmers of it here, there, and everywhere. So I got different perspectives, I got different understandings, I got different things. And so it was like, we were like 14 years old, but we'd be walking home talking about the elections. And, you know, like, because it was what we'd been around, because our teachers were so willing to talk about it. Anyway, because I already forgot about the farm, let me just actually force myself to go outside and engage. That makes me interested, so I was not blessed my own peers being interested. Oh, don't get me wrong, not every class was the same, but there was enough that it kept me going. But there were a couple classes, like, I have vivid memories of religious education not being fun at all. Because our teacher never engaged in conversation, and unfortunately the religion teacher was the epitome of that one teacher that every student had a crush on, so no one ever, like, asked her anything. They just kind of like shut up and smiled at her whatever she said, and so there was never any interesting or organic discussions. Or they'd end up in detention, which is like, they'd end up in detention after school, and it was because, like, they said something they really shouldn't have to that teacher or something. And so it's like, well, so some of these classes ended up getting kind of small and kind of empty, so it just didn't happen. Yeah, man, my main struggle I had at school was not being a lazy fuck. My teacher would chide my laziness. I mean, I was kind of like that, but that was more college. In secondary school, it was more like I didn't like half the kids at school, because I went to an all-boys secondary school, so a lot of them were egotists, because, you know, it's a school of only boys. Of course, it was going to be filled with egos. And so I just tried to steer clear of them and just kind of kept my head down and worked on whatever. So it always kind of resulted in, like, when it comes to like the parents' meetings or whatever, or the teachers talking, a lot of them would just, they would almost like have like boilerplate things to say, because they didn't actually have anything to properly say. Test scores were ludicrous to them. Every single test was an A from elementary to high. Damn, that badass, dude. I was told point blank in primary school that I would not amass to anything with my English skills, and then like took a B. I took a B grade out of it, so I was like, yeah, fuck you. C's and D's, because I never did any homework. That I thankfully, at least in the schools I was, in the college I went to, my grade was never harmed by homework. The only thing that homework affected is that when I was in college, we was given like a giant course. We had to conduct our own psychology investigation in the psychology class, and our psychology teacher said if you don't do it, he won't let you start the second year. He will drop you off the course. He won't let you do it. So like that was the only time I was like, oh shit, I need to do this. But that was it. Everything else, it was more like, well, so in secondary school, it was you got detention if you didn't do it, so I always did it. But once I got to college, the amount of homework I did dropped off the rock because it really didn't mean that much. And that was like the only thing that ever got brought up in parents' even. It's like, you're a good kid, you do your studies, you get your tests right. Man, I wish if I sent you home to do something, you'd do it though. I was like, well, I got good grades and so I passed everything in college in the end, only by the skin of my teeth, admittedly, and I probably would have done better in hindsight if I did focus more on those homeworks, but I passed, so come on, you know? Am I it have memory retention like that, that's badass. My, it's to say it like it's a cheat code, but it wasn't really, but my trick, so to speak, was, when it came to like exam day, I'd go to the exam hall extremely early. Not to pick up my studying, because I'd be doing all my studying the night before. I think if you like stay up first thing in the morning right before the test, I'd find it more exhausting and more tiring and ultimately more distracting, so I stopped doing it. But what I would do instead is listen. As more kids came in and started discussing things between them that could involve the exam, I just listened. I absorbed other people's information around me that what they thought was significant, what they thought would be important, and that was what I took in me. So then I still got that, so to speak, final study, like on the morning of the exam, but it wasn't me sitting in front of books, reading and tiring myself out or anything like that. It was just absorbing information casually whilst talking to people and just overhearing conversations between others. Like I was the equivalent of like a stream lurker, but just with real people. The only two reasons I didn't get detention in school for not doing homework was test scores and did all the group work solo. Oh. In fact, I absorbed information around me. I was half asleep, so being medicated from middle through high school. In some cases, I was over medicated. Yeah, I was. I mean, like nowadays, I'm old enough, I guess, that I have like a tablet every morning to kind of keep myself together and going. It's not like anything fancy medical. It's actually vitamin D, but it's still something I have to have every morning to help keep myself in check. But thankfully, I wasn't in that state like throughout school. I was healthy enough, so that was never a concern. Where am I going to get through here? Okay, I'm aiming for that, but there's a south route as well. Is it just a straight shot, or do I need to change the weather? I do to get to the end, so I can stick to sun for now, and then just go through here. Oh, and to get to that, but I can worry about that later. Egocentric brat, so I didn't work with anyone. Oh, okay. That kind of... I was going to say, when I was a kid, it was more... If it was in a group of 4, one would be quote-unquote team leader and then do nothing. One would be the one that actually did everything. One was kind of just there to suggest ideas and not really contribute to much. And the last one was kind of the one that would actually present it, the talker. Which was annoying because anytime I was in a group, they'd go, "Alright, Rob, you do the talking." I was like, huh? No! Especially when people found out that I was getting into writing. Because I was like 11 or 12 when I first started getting into writing. The moment people found out I was getting into writing, it's like, oh, well, you must have read out your story many a times. And I was like, I don't think that's how that works. Like, well, you can read then. Like, what? Ready to remain in the Portland area. Just moved down to Salem, being my family. Yeah, but no one can, I think, criticize you for wanting to be closer to family. Oh, whoops, I didn't realize this enemy was attacking. Well, Sophie got out of here then. You. Oh, can I wish I could, like, alter the camera on this screen, because I kind of want to see the new boots I got on the lap. No. What's the button where she lifts her leg up? There it is. Now I can have a look. Oh, it looks kind of cool. I was like, I know there's an animation where she lifts her leg up. I mean, I'm less concerned about criticism for the choice and remorse because it was right before my old man got diagnosed with cancer. Yeah, then equally so. No one's gonna. I don't think anyone would judge anyway. Being close to family in a moment of need. And if it's, we can all wonder, because we can sit there and be like, oh, I wonder if you would have got it. I wonder if you would have got their master's degree and whatnot. But I don't know if it would, like, serve you good too at this point. I think it's better to just kind of say, okay, this is the life I've taken. This is where I'm at. Let's go from here. Oh, damn it. I never get that. When it's always in the first 3 slots, I'm always worried. Because I'm like, there's no way I'm going to get it. Oh, right, hammer. I forgot. I got more uses. Oh, damn it. Give me another all. I'm in a good position. Less about judgment and more about a waste of my AP courses. But you still got the education of what you did do. You still have the knowledge of what you did do. Yeah, you might not have gone the distance to maybe get that master's, but there's still a lot you got and a lot of learning that's now embedded in you. That you probably use in your day-to-day life, maybe without even realizing. There's still, you know, value and worth. Well, what's the point coming down here then? Why is that up? Again, a severe couple of positive. A vicious mentality and a drastic increase in my social skills. Hey, there you go. Man, that all bonus, yeah, they just don't exist now, okay. That all bonus would be nice. I'm not going to hammer these as well. It takes too long and I don't really need the ingredients. Actually, I'll hammer one of them to get more of these things since they're new. To have had a degree, but it's expensive to have a college degree. Yeah, because it's not just enough to be smart and pass the exam. The expenses on top of it as well. And again, one of the a few reasons I'm glad I'm British, because you can get a college degree for free. You don't have to pay to get into a college. You just have to be accepted for your smarts, and that's it. Because they actually kind of want you in. So I got my free college degrees and got out of there without having to spend a penny on it. No fair. Well, the way it works is it's free for the first 3 years. Because you go in at, keep in mind, you go into college in the UK at 16 instead of like 18 or whatever. So until you're 19, it's free. The moment you're like you're on your starting your 4th year, unless you've started a course that carried on into it. So like say you started a 2-year course in your 3rd year, that would still be free when you go into your 4th because you already started it. But if you started a new course on your 4th year onwards, then you pay for it. So I just made sure all of my courses were done before that point. Like if I went back now, I would have to pay because I'm 23 now. I'm the equivalent of career politicians who have an office of decades. Imagine what I could do with a master's. Yeah, because I remember like I had one of my maths teachers, and it was one of my favourite teachers in secondary school. He was a Canadian called Mr. Tucker, and he had a master's degree in physics and mathematics. And he was literally an aspiring rocket scientist. But the specific position he was after, they only like hire one person like every 25 years, and like the hiring process was like the year before he got that degree, and so he just barely missed the slots, and so he became a teacher instead. And like he was one of the most inspiring and insanely fucking smart teachers I'd ever had the luxury to meet. He was a wonderful human being, and I loved every single lesson I got to have with him. Because he was so like, he was such a walking wealth of information, and genuinely you could feel there was a good reason why he had like, you know, these 2 master's degrees. And you always felt like he if someone like him was in charge of more things, like fucking hell, the world would be so much better because he had the intelligence to back up his beliefs. But no, he became a maths teacher instead. I mean, Mr. Tucker was badass. Also, I loved his classes. My favourite thing is that if you got your work done, he would let you. He had 2 whiteboards. One that was his whiteboard, and the other one that was for us if we were trying to make a point or discuss something with him. Like if we had something we wanted to discuss, something we wanted to present, or something we wanted to get his opinion on, it didn't matter how small or big it was, we were allowed to use that whiteboard to help make our point, to help like draw out or write our point. Like he didn't treat us as like, you know, just a band of kids. He treated us as equals in a lot of ways, and it was more like an intellectual group than it was the teacher telling us to do our maths. And he'd always either have like the radio on in the background so we could have like some like cozy music whilst we worked, or if like ice hockey was on, because he's Canadian, so of course he fucking did. If it's like his team was playing, he would have the match on his screen and have it tilted round so we could see it as well if we wanted to. And if we were curious, we could ask about it and he'd explain things. And my absolute favourite thing is that if you challenged him to chess, he would always accept. Doesn't matter when, where, or why. If you challenged him to chess, he would never say no. He would always. He has a chessboard. He'd have a chessboard in his office that was completely set up and good to go, and he'd just break that baby out. I never even got close to winning, because funnily enough, someone of insane intelligence knows how to play chess very well and strategize insanely well. But he was genuinely like, I was. Like, it was like 1 year after I got out of school, I bumped into him on a whim walking home from college and had like a really lengthy discussion, and he told me like he was like moving, and like I wanted to cry when I found out he was moving to Canada. He's moving back to Canada. I was just like, no. Yeah. And he passed my anatomy and physiology course because my college sports team beat his. Oh, okay. You bet my sports course I did in school, I did technical instead of physical because I'm not the most physical person in the world, and I walked out with a merit because they didn't do it on grades for sports, they did it on past merit or distinction. The bet was that if my team beat his, he would raise my grade from 52 to a 60. Wow! And you got away with it? You... I remember having similar, not like to that extent because I was quite good on my grades in that regard, but I remember having bets of various kinds with the sports teachers in secondary school. But they'd be up for a lot as well. I'm aware I kind of make out that my secondary school was a blessing, and I can't stress enough the bits I'm talking about were the good bits. That there was a lot of like annoying shit in secondary school. It was just I try to take what I can get in reflection nowadays. I'm confident in this team, but my team had recently got their best coach ever that year, so I had the balls to do so. The alternative is that if I had lost, I'd have a 0. You! Oh, you are... Yeah, that's some heart. That is some heart. I can respect that. I need to try and get... I'm sorry, you're not helpful to this fight. I need to get rid of you, Diebold. You're too magic focused. Not too physical focused, sorry. No, I'll try and get... Stack of attack decrease. I'll do this. Do this stupid attack because it's funny as hell. Wow, 2,914, I saw that. Yeah, no wonder it killed them. College coaches never bet against Dennis Erickson and the Arizona State Sun Devils football team. Really, that really that good then? Also, I'm still just impressed you had the goal to do that. Because I would never have done it. No matter how confident I was in my ability, I'd never have taken that risk. Because if you had lost, how on earth would you have explained that to your family? Hey, so I got a straight 0 in this. What? How? I bet on it. What do you mean you bet on it? You know. All right, this is the wrong way to go. But let me just change. Oh, there's only sun here. Where's rain? Oh, is it back over there? Ugh. I just want to get that chest. Didn't you think on it well? Oh, fair enough. I don't know if I've told this story before, but back when I was in college, one of my closest friends, he lived literally like 20 seconds away from the college. Like his house was literally like the next street from the college, and because the school year in the UK starts in September. His birthday was in October, so in our year group, he was like super quick to turn 18 compared to the rest of us that was 17. So I would very, very regularly during college go round his between classes and drink. I didn't get like smashed, but I almost definitely did have like whiskey in my system for like a lot of my second year, which makes it even more of a miracle that I passed. In hindsight, when I think back on it, it's like because he'd get like Jack Daniel's honey, and I'd if there was like a 2-hour gap between classes, I'd go around his, and like the first thing I'd do was have a glass, and then we'd sit and chat and whatnot. Over medication. Oh right, I just meant it's just when you said intoxicated, it put that in my mind. That was all. Yeah, I get you though, because of your medication and stuff. Of course. Also, I pretty much don't drink full stop anymore. It's only if I go around my grandparents on my stepdad's side. If my granddad puts like a glass of red in front of me, I'm not going to turn it down. I'll just say, okay, sure, sort of thing. So I have enough respect and care that if he puts a glass in red, it's because he's trusting me with it, because he has quite the like fancy wine collection. It's like, no, this is trust that he's putting in front of me, so there's no way I'm saying no. But during college, yeah, I did have like bits and pieces in there, which was funny because like I think it was like on my 21st birthday, I had like a glass of whiskey then, and like it did not sit with me at all. And I was like, how did I like drink it so passively and be perfectly fine when I was like 17 and 18, and it never affected me? Yeah, as a 21-year-old, I had like the slightest sip, and I was like, you know, I was like, it just didn't sit with me at all. It's funny how things work out sometimes. Funny how we age. So, not so fun story. My anatomy and physiology course got screwed and couldn't obtain a cadaver. What the fuck? That just seems so weird. Actually, I should. Looking at this, I should probably go the other way first. So, how is everyone doing on health and resources? Oh, Diebold is like. Let me reset everyone and then come back here then. I can check this as well. Science credit, it got me an elective credit instead, which ticked me off so badly. Yeah, I'll bet. I'm not surprised. That just seems so. Oh no, I only have 3 of them, so I'm not gonna pick that up. Name the sister college we were supposed to get it from. Oh. But the thing is, when it's things like that, it should almost like roll onto a different thing. Like it shouldn't be you guys that have to take the fall for like the big ups mistakes. The big ups should pay for it, and you still get your degrees. You know. Or heaven forbid, I've just been a glimmer optimistic and positive and put something that would actually help people in front of you, in front of everyone. I'm guessing we still don't have a piece to get into that side of the map. Yeah, but all we got was an elective credit instead of a science credit, and that's what I mean. Like, that shouldn't have been negotiated. What you got, you should have earned what you should have got what you earned. You know, you shouldn't have got just thrown something else as a whoops, we're sorry, here you go. You know, that kind of thing. Difference, yeah. You shouldn't have had to do that. It shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been you that then had to fix that shit. It should have. Oh, okay. I don't want them, Elias. If it's listed on everything, I don't want Elias at all. Oh, I don't know. I digress, though. It's just one of those things. I think I would have been real pissed off too in your shoes. I return it to the person who advised my general education class. I think the person who was helping my course was heavy either. Yeah. Yeah, because it probably affected everyone. Not just, you know, the kids trying, or the young adults trying to find themselves and trying to do that stuff. It probably did affect a lot of the higher ups to have to negotiate and rework and figure out what on earth to do to help people from there. No one was happy. Yeah, exactly. Whatever, I guess. Education is always just a real fickle annoyance in places, doesn't it? I don't think it really matters where you are. There's always something that's just not quite what it should be that makes things more awkward for both kids, teachers, and everyone involved. And this, guys, was that for the general course in chemistry to make up for it. I am awful at chemistry. It's like a real weakness of mine. Annoyingly. Like, I was awful at chemistry, alright at biology, and pretty good at physics. And so I managed to like drag my general science grade up because of it, because my physics yanked me like to the roof, so it didn't matter that I was kind of crap on my chemistry. Got the expertise to use against more specialized science grads. Yeah, and you're instantly smarter than me because I said I have no real. I have the absolute basic, but I was never going to get a good grade out of it, if that makes sense. I understand enough that if someone started talking about X, Y, and Z, I'd get it on like a surface level, but I wouldn't necessarily be able to explain it beyond it for others. I'd just be like, oh, okay, you mean this, I think. I have to compete on a semi-equal level of debate, yeah. So I wouldn't be able to debate it, but I'd be able to understand if told about X, Y, and Z. That's pretty what I mean. And that's enough for me. I was never going to be a science man, so I take it for what it is. I just understand enough to believe in it. Well, there's no belief in it, it's fact. You know what I mean? Like, to understand what it is and what it represents and everything in between. I was biology I was a little bit better, and physics I was significantly better at. And the thing is, my knowledge of... I remember, and like... Because I thought my knowledge of physics... It was a moment of like just not noticing other people's differences and whatnot. I thought my understanding of physics was like an expected, like a norm. I just underestimated myself and thought it was a norm. So when I went to work and like started pushing like a trolley, like a stack of baskets differently from others, and people kept going, why are you pushing it like that? I was like, what do you mean? It's basic physics. You push it long way so it doesn't tip over itself. And they went, what? I was like, what do you mean what? If you have like a rectangular stack of objects with real wheels at the bottom, you push it so it's long way so it's less likely to tip over itself, not wide way where it's more likely to just tip over. If any remember, I'm a political science kind of guy. I just had a ridiculous overall general education due to a series of administrative mess-ups. Yeah, I hear ya. Let's turn this EX quest and see what I can get out of it. Oh, I still need to go track down that rainbow puny in the breezy field. Breezy field at night, which would actually now would be the good time to see if I could do it. That's in disguise to say the least. Yeah, I'll bet. Alright, are they talking about... No, that's just a bigger puny, so where's this rainbow puny? Actually, no, if it was on the map, it would show, wouldn't it? It'd have the little marker on it, so I probably have to wait. It's probably over here, but none of the enemies over here are spawned. We haven't accessed it yet. So I'll just come away from that. Let's go back here and see what I can actually get. There's the advantages over those who have a more generalized version of the education. Yeah, I hear you. Man, it is tempting to just get a Dunkelite. In my systems 01, I have a severe advantage in psychology as well. Fair enough. I studied psychology in college. That's where my understanding of it comes from. I'll take up a Dunkelite. I'm hesitant to pick up anything else because I honestly just don't know what any of it is. What's King of the Hill? Transform into a new trait with a new effect when fused with a trait that stimulates growth. Oh, so transformative. Got it. On the autism spectrum. What do you say was? What, did they take you off it? Did their understanding change? If you don't mind me asking. Until July 31st, 2021. Yep. So was it just they looked back on it and went, oh, actually, maybe it's not, or maybe it's this. I mean, like, I'm a firm believer, personally, that I think everyone, to some extent, is on there. It's just how severe on there you are. I think everyone has some kind of slight, like, thing tied to that. I am one of those people that believes that. It's just, you know, how severe and how far it goes, and how much it affects your day-to-day. And once it goes so much, then it's when you get considered autistic, because that extra care needs to be given to you to help you. Hall of the Blue Beast? What the? That sounds terrifying. I want that chest. Point where I didn't fulfill 5 out of the 9 symptoms. Fair enough. Oh yeah, because they do that test, don't they? Do? You know what I mean. Dates when I was undiagnosed, however when I was removed I only had 3. Fair enough. Because I remember, like, more as like a showcase, if that makes sense. We all, like, everyone in college in my psychology class did one. Like, it wasn't like to showcase our results, it was more to show to us how that system works and how they check. But I honestly couldn't tell you what I got. I can't remember. It's been too long. I remember doing it and not really giving it much thought, so it probably wasn't much. Oh, if I make it sunny here, it doesn't change anything. It traps me here, if anything. Social traits on the spectrum I have difficulty with. Fair enough. Right, so this thing is the Blue Beast. I do want to check up there, so you stay put, Mr. Blue Beast. Just in case there's a landmark. It's aside YouTube, gained an artifice of being sociable. That's because you kind of, to an extent, have to, don't you? Unless you're someone who's doing no commentary videos. Especially if you're live streaming, though. Yeah, no, you need to be able to have some ability to keep talking, because you're basically, you're not necessarily like talking to people. I mean, you technically are, but it's more that you're talking to yourself, but people hear you, if that makes sense in any weird way. Because that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm, just in my room chatting away, but it's like, it's almost like a giant group chat phone call then instead. So it's like, do you have that confidence to do that, knowing that everyone else can't talk back to you, but they instead message back? Valuable piece for those on the spectrum. I think, and this is very generalized, I'm aware, but I think it's very dependent on person to person. I think for some people it could be not dangerous, that's not the right word for it, but something close to that for them, where it could just be riskier for them, or maybe lead them down the wrong path. I think it's very case dependent. I think people are on it around the level you were, where it's like, as you said before, like, if you needed 5, you literally had 5 or whatever, then maybe. But I think if someone was like, if they were like 8 out of 9, I think it could end up being more dangerous. Correct, it takes away the barrier in social situations. Yeah. All bonus? Okay, never mind. Oh, I can make stretchy bands. I haven't actually looked at the recipe book for a while. I probably should. Mostly because Plotch's recipe book feels really behind. I know it's because there's a lot of things that are locked up for various reasons, but it still feels hella behind compared to Sophie's, which is just kind of... yeah. Oh, no, I wasn't saying it was a cure. I'm just saying it might be more danger than what it's worth for some people. It can be helpful. There's actual Spectrum resource channels on YouTube. Oh, I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. Even if you're not a YouTuber, there's a lot of YouTubers on the Spectrum who can help those struggle with it, even as a viewer. That's actually really cool. I didn't know that. I need to find some bite shrooms. But I suppose that just shows some ignorance on my part that I just didn't think to check that stuff or know about it. Fang, Noble Sapphire. You know, Rainbow Neutralizer. I don't know when we get that. Came across such as making such statement. Oh, okay, no worries. Somewhat overcorrected. Yeah, don't worry. I'm the worst for that. Don't worry about it. I get what you mean. I'm the worst for that sometimes. Like, you sit and you go, oh, maybe that was something, so you end up going the other way and you just end up making things more crazy, so to speak, than you even meant to. Right, it'll be quicker to, yeah, do this and then run through. Okay, so I need to put it into rain mode on that one there, because that's like that. I'm curious where this leads. I think that's one of the most enjoyable things about this game compared to the other Atelier games, because it reminds me of Fearless. Like, one of the things I really liked about Fearless is, like, you know, this whole interconnected map that everywhere leads somewhere, but just... Oh, actually, I say that. This might be the dead end. We might have to come around from the other side. Yeah, this is a dead end, but it's the fact that this game also has that. It's just, you know, not having a time limit, and the locations are more varied in aesthetic, and it isn't just fields upon fields and then caves. This game has a great interconnected map that's really interesting to explore. You know, even if I did just, you know, hit a dead end. Be detrimental for those on the Spectrum. Chris Chan being the most infamous example. Yeah, because Chris Chan as a whole became an extremely problematic individual. I mean, he still is. But yeah, like, would be better. I'll start here. I think this will be better. I think I need to change the... I do need to change the weather, but we can do that along the way. So you take several small parts of different games and seamlessly weaves it into one full experience. Yeah, because it's not... This game isn't as, like, super big open environments as, like, you know, the Secret Era now is. Because even, like, Riser 1, I remember having huge open environments, even if it wasn't open world per se. But this does seem to be taking, like, the good from Fearless, because Fearless had my favorite exploration. Liddy and Suli might have had my favorite dungeon environments, but in terms of actual, like, everything links to something, the map keeps on expanding out, there's loads of things to find, yada yada. I loved that about Fearless. Especially coming from Sophie 1, where Sophie 1, all the environments were so tiny, and, like, near, like, non-existent at point. Several pieces out of Riser's playbook, yeah. Oh, I just noticed we're working towards alchemical clay finally. That seems to be my kryptonite in every single one of these games. It always seems to be a nightmare for me to track it down. Don't need Slingy. Learned how to integrate Riser's aspects flawlessly into it without destroying its identity. Yeah, because they obviously... It could have been very easy to just make this play like Riser, but with Sophie on it instead. But no, they made sure it still felt like it belonged in the Mysterious Era, but at the same time didn't ignore the progression of Gus as a company and the progression of the franchise at large. Which is the perfect balance you can try and get for something like this. And I think it works out. I find this game extremely charming and really fun. Sophie 2 vs. These Sisters is the ultimate case of what separates a competent company and an incompetent one.
いい素材が
Yeah, I am. Speaking of Sisters v Sisters, the Western release is January. It's been confirmed. It's like January 24th or something like that. So it's like super soon.
賛同って本当体力使うわ
And I do plan on. Oh, there's no weather adjustment here. I do plan on picking up Sisters v Sisters, but like now I know it's out in January. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that is in such a not awkward, but it's like February has got a lot of games I really want to get, and now you're gonna make me juggle up whether I can fit in Sisters v Sisters as well. You know, like, oh boy, okay, I'll figure that one out when I get to it. What are we doing for an entire month? It's like, 'cause look, like Riser Free and Theatre Rhythm are both in February and like pretty close to each other.
戦いの経
And like Riser Free, I'd be very surprised if I'm done with Riser 2 by the time Riser 3's out. I'm not saying it won't happen, I'm just saying there's a chance. But if it does happen, then yeah, I want to be diving straight into Riser 3 when it comes out. But Theatre Rhythm, as a Final Fantasy fan, a rhythm, and someone who likes rhythm games, a Final Fantasy rhythm games, of course I'm gonna get it. You know, like, come on. I love the Final Fantasy soundtrack, so a rhythm game based on it, as someone who likes rhythm games, like, I was never not gonna get it. This is a big chest.
パクーよしこれなら
Oh, a new catalyst. Have to try that out when I get the chance.
これって素材だよな
But yeah, SVS, it got announced, and it's got the on like Idea Factory International, they have announced what the collector's edition is. I don't know if you can order it yet, but they have announced what it is, and they're pretty run-of-the-mill for their collector's editions. Like, you know, like the art book, the soundtrack CD, the steelbook case, some collector's cards, that sort of thing. But still,
援護させてください
背中を任せろソフィー
I'm gonna do. It is on fire mode, isn't it? Oh, Dragon Aura nullifies knockback and triggers a reaction skill. Status effect will reduce it greatly.
これでバッチリだよ
So I need to get Plachta out here soonish then, so she can use her status condition. In English, Legend using Compile Heart. I have in the past,
あなたの
but I've got both Death End Request 1 and 2's collector's editions, and I'm quite happy I've got them. But those in the JP region, yeah, fair enough. Oh, this is the Dragonair. Oh, right, this is this specific dragon. Got it.
私もはあ
That said, speaking of Death End Request, if they ever do announce Dirk 3, I'm getting the collectors no matter what. That's like pre-decided. I feel like I'm in too deep having the first two games as collector's editions to then not get the third one's collectors, if that ever happens. As larger trackless OSCC is did in the NA and EU. That's game dependent, to be fair, because both Death End 1 and Death End 2 have the entire soundtrack in the European and American collector's edition, whilst like Dragonstar only had 8 tracks from the collector's edition, which is why I put the entire soundtrack up from the in-game recording, because it annoyed me, because I think Dragonstar's soundtrack's really good. I'm trying to see if I've got it. I can't remember if I have or not. So I think I've got a soundtrack CD of Mary Skelter as well. Well, so I'm looking at my list, but I can't spot it right this second. Unless it's that Japanese one right at the top. I don't think it is. No, that Japanese one is different, okay? Dirk 2 is the only one I have both versions for. And to be fair, I'm glad I did. The only collector's edition I've got that there's a part of me that's like, if I went back I probably wouldn't have, is that I've got the Neptunia, Senran Kagura and Ninja War collector's edition. I've got the steel box of that. And it's like that one, when I opened up the box, I was like, man, there's not much in this collector's edition, huh? It's saying the worst clips of it online. Because I've said before, my opinion on Dragon Star, I genuinely really have a lot of time for that game. I love the characters, I love the story, I love the gameplay. It's just extremely clear to me that the game had zero budget. And I think it's a damn shame, because I think if it did, I think if it did, that game would be like GJRPG's like best work. But because it had like no money to its name, and you can feel it, especially in late game, of how much they reuse and how much stuff they just kind of skip by, we end up with a game that's great with ideas, but just kind of struggles in some parts of its execution for things out of its control. Unfortunately, online fan-based games, I'm not a fan. Oh, well, fuck them. There's no single way of being a fan. There's no single way of enjoying a product. Everyone has their own different opinions and different perspectives of what they want out of the franchise. And especially in NEP's case, where like we've had so many spin-offs, it's kind of muddied the water a lot of like what people actually want with the franchise. And anyone that's like that, I don't really pay attention to it. It's just gatekeeping. It's just think it our way, or you're not a fan because we say so. It's like, well, no, that's not how that works. I genuinely don't engage or acknowledge those kinds of people because they're just arseholes. They're just problems. Oh shit, we got gold leaves finally. Can I have more gold leaves, please? There we go. So can I have another gold leaf, please? I'm mixed on gatekeeping. In a general sense, I'm against it. There are hyper-specific cases, like, to actually give a more recent one, Sonic fans as a whole and professional reviewers, like professional journalists, don't get along. Because professional reviewers and journalists are always extremely antagonistically biased on Sonic. So then, like, the Sonic community does get gatekeepery and tell you, fuck the journalists don't know what they're talking about. Because more often than not, to give a classic example, not one, but two separate reviewers said that Sonic Frontiers was made by a bunch of lazy hacks and not any actual developers. And it was so a complete failure. And I was like, if you've not played the game, or you just putting your bias forward and then insulting developers while you're at it. And so when it's things like that, it's like, then I get it, because I'm like, yeah, of course the Sonic community doesn't want those people around, because they're just insulting people pretending it's an actual review. But when it's like someone is like, I like this game, and it's like a game in the series that maybe not that many other people like, and if people go, oh, you're not a real fan if you like that one, then I'm like, shut the fuck up, because people can like what they want. I like Sonic and the Black Knight a lot, and that's not like a fan favourite. Does that make me less of a fan because I like an oddball game? No. I've seen probably the best Sonic has been in years. Yes, and as a long-time Sonic fan, I can tell you it's the best Sonic game in years. Because it's no longer written by a Saturday morning cartoon writer. It's written by someone that actually gives a shit about the lore and history of the franchise. Alongside a passionate dev team. I want to keep in mind this is Sega's best-selling property still. Like, it still sells millions more than the Yakuza franchise. The development team of Sonic Frontiers was less than 60 people. That's a pretty goddamn small team considering what they accomplished. You know? Hate me for loving Shuffle. Yeah, because Shuffle is literally the meme. It's next to Sonic Free Riders as the meme game that if you like it ironically. You don't. No one expects you to like it legitimately. There is still, don't get me wrong, like, I played Shuffle as a kid, and I got a lot of time out of it because I had friends to play it with, but I'd never play it on my own. Because I think a lot of the game's flaws and problems really show up if you try and do it single player. But if you play with a group, there's a lot of dumb antics you can get out of it that makes it kind of fun. Which is different from Mario Party, where even though, yeah, Mario Party becomes infinitely more fun if you've got people to play with, I can at least still enjoy it a bit on my own. For me, it's a nostalgia factor on the same level as the Genesis Sonic games. They're fair. Because when I got Sonic Shuffle, it was like 3 or 4 months before I got a PlayStation 2. If there's Amy Rose, fair enough. It was like 3 or 4 months before I got my PlayStation 2, and the thing that was like, when now I'm much older, I look back and mumble grumble, but I completely get it at the time because, you know, money was slightly tight, so it was a little bit awkward to do. My family sold our Dreamcast to afford getting me a PS2. Like, to get me that thing. So, like, I had stuff for like a couple months and then it was gone. And it's like, much as like nowadays, I'm like, man, I miss the Dreamcast. I completely get why that happened. But because of that, I didn't have much exposure and experience with Sonic Shuffle. Because around the time I got Sonic Shuffle was also around the same time I got Sonic Adventure 2. And take a wild guess what took more of my time. Remake's so bad. But as I've said before, it's not that I want a Shuffle remake. I just want a party game, Sonic themed. I don't think they would ever do Shuffle remake or Shuffle 2 or whatever, because I think the general notoriety around it would stop that ever having a chance. But if I think they took it to the took a ground level, took it to like a new base level and just went, okay, let's make a completely new party game, that would be the better way to go. Adventure 2. So like Adventure 1 is the very first game I remember beating, but I got Adventure 2 around the same time I got Shuffle. And so Adventure 2 took most of my time, because of course it fucking did. You know? Which is funny, because I didn't end up finishing Adventure 2 before it got sold. I didn't actually finish Adventure 2 until the 360 release. Like back in like 2012. Yeah, you got it. Because like, I finished Sonic's story, or like the hero story, but I got stuck on one of Rouge's levels in the Dark Story and just never finished it as a kid. It's not Security Gate, it's the one before it where like you're trying to get free keys, but there's like a bug robot thing hunting you down all the way through the level. Me being a dumb kid didn't understand the whole hiding in the shadows thing, so just got murdered by it every single time, and so I got stuck. Because obviously they'll be limited by the rating. But like with Sonic, the reason why like Frontier is like the best thing that happened to the franchise in years is because I said the whole Colors era was genuinely written with a Saturday morning cartoon mindset of like extremely tiny, self-contained stories that aren't really worth anything, don't really have major stakes, and it's just the good guy stopping the bad guy. And so they got boring. They got uninteresting for a general audience. And yeah, Frontiers isn't for everyone. Like, there was a comment I saw on Twitter that explained it perfectly. It's not necessarily that Frontiers is for a specific audience and that a general audience won't get it. It's more that the game actively filters out people who aren't into it. Yeah, Sonic does that. Sonic does. I think nowadays it's a bit more like Yakuza and RGG Studios as a whole are tackling their games in so many different perspectives. They are broadening, but they're still not on the same level as Sonic is a family game. Of course, anyone can really hop in. But Frontiers having so much more focus on its story and lore and callbacks to the past. If you didn't grow up with Sonic, the game's story, it's not that it doesn't make sense, it still perfectly makes sense in its own narrative, but there's a lot of references and nods you won't get, so it will kind of filter you out a little bit. But honestly, after keep in mind the last game to really address, the last game to have a serious story properly was Black Knight in 2009, but the last game to connect things to the lore was Heroes in 2003. So having a game acknowledge the lore again is such a deliverance and such service to Sonic fans that I think it's okay that people that aren't in it get excluded. Like, kicking around your core fan base and kind of not really acknowledging them or not helping them for so many years and then finally doing something for it, even if it's against the general audience, I think it's a necessary evil. I honestly do. Which is funny, since Heroes is the last game I finished. Yeah, because Heroes genuinely was the last game to reference past games before this. Forces and their racing game. Forces was awful to me personally. The racing game, of the racing games that aren't the Riders, the superior Riders games, the Sonic Racing, you had Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, you had Racing Transformed, and then Team Sonic Racing. I can't stress enough, Racing Transformed is still one of the best racing games I have ever played. Team Sonic Racing is pretty fun as well, but it's nowhere near what Transformed was. Transformed is so fucking fun, and I really, really wish they would port it to new hardware. because it is still, to this day, anytime I go back to it, I have a blast. That game is so fucking fun. It had a huge selection of maps. I loved all the pickups and weapons. I loved the fact that because it's called Transforms, your vehicles transform, and the race courses as well also transform. No lap is identical to the previous one. And so you'd have a 3-lap track, but you'd actually go on a journey going through those laps. Like, they had a Skies of Arcadia map, and the whole first lap you were flying in planes everywhere. But a meteorite crashes into the area in the second lap that makes platforms, so the race course shifts to you going on those platforms to drive around. But in the third one, all those rocks start breaking around, so you're jumping between them, making a bunch of extra ramps. Or like there's a base, and there's one map, I can't remember what franchise it was referencing, but it was an underwater base that had a breach. And so on the first lap, you're on like the ground level driving around it, but by the time you get to the second lap, it's flooded. So you transform into the boat version. So the second map is you're going through it on boat. But in the third one, the water levels rise up so much that a bunch of doorways and pathways are blocked off. But a bunch of ceiling pipes are now available to you, so the shortcuts and routes through the track are different. That game was so fucking fun to me. It genuinely was. I never get bored of that game every time I fire it up. It's such a blast to me. The controls take a little to get used to, because like I said, the game transforms and changes its controls on the fly, from driving to boating to flying, and all of them control and handle differently, but you feel that out, and once you get a knack for it, you're in. And I think it's a shame that Team Sonic Racing didn't continue that, and instead kind of neutered everything. Because I said, it was also Sega All-Stars, so you know, you had loads of other characters from other old Sega properties. You wanted to be Alex Kidd, you could be Alex Kidd. If you wanted to be like the Bonanza Bros, you could be the Bonanza Bros. That was also the weirdest goddamn track in the game, the Bonanza Bros track, but I'm getting ahead of myself. You know, like there was so much variety and difference, it was super fun. I have a personal preference for the original Sonic Riders, but that's because the original Sonic Riders has the highest skill ceiling I've ever seen a racing game have. And learning and figuring out that game was extremely satisfying as a result, so I always hold the original Riders in higher esteem, but that's it. In terms of like a casual level, no, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed for the PS3 and 360 was beautiful. And I keep on shaking my fist at Sega that they don't port it, because they really should. It had a licensed crossover character, which might be what's holding it back, but then just drop that character. You know, just drop that character. That's all they need to do. Because they had, they had like 3. They had Wreck-It Ralph, because that film was about to come out. They had, I think it was only on the 360 version you could get Banjo-Kazooie as a playable character. And I think on Steam you could get a special character as well. I think you could get I don't know who it was, but you could get like someone special for it. Like all of them, those licenses have long since ran out. So unless they're going to renew them, just get rid of them. Just replace them with different guest characters. Hey, yeah, that'd be a fun idea. Add more characters. Because that was before Yakuza took off in the West. So have fucking Kiryu driving next to Sonic. You know? Replace those characters with different characters from Sega's now more expanded library. Just bring that game back, please, Sega, I'm begging you. That roar. Can you imagine me being the backup? Yeah. Because so Team Sonic Racing, I get why they got rid of the Transform stuff, because they had that new gimmick with the team stuff. And I think they might have thought that having both the team systems and the transform systems might start to make things get a little muddled and a little crazy. So they like, you know, they got rid of it, unfortunately. So it became a lot more standardized, but I still missed it. Team Sonic Racing is a fine racing game. It's just it did not have any of like the staying power Transformed had for me. The only thing that took a little to realize, and it's the same in Team Sonic Racing, is instead of doing what Mario Kart does, which is, you know, tell you like 50cc, 100cc, 150cc and whatnot, in the Sonic Racing games, it just says difficulty, and it'll be like CBAS. And what people don't realize is that it's the same thing as a motorbike passes by. So a lot of people will like say, oh, I'm just going to play it on C difficulty so I'm getting my feel in. Man, it feels like it's way slower than Mario Kart. It's like, yeah, because you're playing on 50cc. Play on A if you want 150cc, and play on S you want 200cc. And so once you learn that, like, the door opens. You know? Once you figure that out and start playing only on A or S, the door opens. Zmai! Damn, there's a heck lot more trouble than a big old crystal. But at least we're out of the caves. Here we can go all out without having to worry about bringing the ceiling down on us. How are you staring down at Zmai like it's no big deal? Alette, you appear to be rather calm yourself. Guess I've just got used to it a lot in a short time. Plus, I'm still pretty ticked off about almost getting grilled earlier. Diebold, let's take it down, all of us together. Oh wait, we're fighting this thing now? Uh-oh. I already just fought a dragon, I don't know how this is gonna go. Yes. Everyone to arms! Alright, this might be problematic. It's time! Oh, this is that track you like, isn't it? It starts with the riff. Okay, yeah, that was a pretty cool riff to start with. I've turned the volume up in my ear so I can hear it a bit better. Dragon Nura, so I need to get... And let's back this up and get Plaster in immediately then, to try and get statuses on it. So good. Resisted? Oh, you bitch. There's almost like a anime finale feeling to it. Like they've gone on like the long... Oh my god, this thing's level. Are we supposed to win this, or... Sorry. And into like a Fate-esque song, it just gets better and better. Exactly, an anime finale. That's what it feels like. You're not supposed to win. Oh, okay. I was wondering, looking at its level and looking at its health, I was like, okay, we'll see how this goes. I'm still going to give it my best go. I just won't be overexpending on my items and waste money. I'll just see what I can get away with. You can take it. Nightmare. Sleep? You what? Come on. I can't get enough of that riff. It's a good riff. It is, don't worry. To be fair, I've still been bopping to like the metalcore tracks from Sonic Frontiers too much. So I get it. If a track sticks, it sticks. This is good. Calamity. Ooh, Diebold. Oh, Diebold. It's not only a zero sadness, but it doesn't have to be. Yeah, that's kind of my perspective on a lot of this. I like it for what it is. It doesn't need to be anything. It doesn't need to suddenly try and stand up to these absolutely bonkers tracks from the past. I need to get Diebold swapped out as soon as I can. Fizz a new aura? Okay. It's a habit I do. Yeah, don't worry. Let's get Sophie back in. Because Diebold, you are struggling, my friend. So's Elias a little bit. Heal the back up a little bit. And get let in. Those of Algernon syndrome, man. Once you taste the bonkers tracks, you can't get enough. And you have a hard time settling for less. Yeah. Don't worry about it, dude. I hear ya. A random buff to all allies. Yeah, just do that. We need as many extra buffs and supports we can get. Because we're actually not doing too bad right now. We're not gonna win because we barely made a dent, but you know what I mean. We're getting through. I'm waiting for that, like, you've done enough damage, now die attack to come in. You can take a hit now. This track is godly, it's a standout track for this game. Fair. And it makes sense, because this is like a big deal to Zamai. Or at least it's a big deal to Diebold. And so they want it to have, like, pertinence. They want it to have oomph. Oh, Platch. It's like, Platch is the one person I kind of want in, but I kind of screwed myself a little. Trying to fixate its effects, sure. I know it's resistant to physical, but I gotta try something. Still got another 10 yet? Ugh. 7. This is such a character specific struggle, but I'm glad they did. Oh, that counts as physical, so it doesn't wear it down. Interesting. No. Okay. Get out of Diebold. Of course you resist. And you're next, so I have to just take it. Uzumai a mid-boss, yeah. How badly does it resist it? 2 stages? It's going to do little. But I kind of have to do something because it's stunned. I have to kind of dive in. Screw it. Oh, more members of the party are starting to fall apart. Uh-oh. So I know, like I say, it's scripted to lose and whatnot, but I really want to see how far I can push my luck. And so far we're doing okay. So I'm just waiting for that you've done enough, here's the scripted insta-kill. Yeah, put the defenses up.
あそこが弱点ね。ウォリアス行くわよ。
逃がしゃしねえよ。出さね
敵を燃やすと
Calamity. Ow, ow, ow.
使わせてもらう。危ねえぞ。
Ow, 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 ow. Okay, now it's starting to get more aggressive. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, it's annoyed. It's not happy with life. Ow.
いいもん見つけたぜ。
少しピンチかも。気をつけてね。
No one's in a good shape. You can see it from the expressions. No one's in good shape.
特別な弾。やるぜ。
使ってください。
You know what also sucks? I think Ram had the nectar. I think Ram had the nectar of life, so I think they're stuck down. Oh no, I can't bring Sophie in. That'll just bring her in to die. Let's set this up again. No, I can't talk Sophie and she will die if I do that.
ピンチかも。気をつけてね。
Unless I can get her to heal immediately. Oh no, she has the nectar, okay.
これ使うね。突っ込むよ。そうだ。
I thought Ram might have. I think Ram has the breezy aroma then. Oh, okay. You know, it'd be amazing if this fight you're supposed to lose, I somehow bullshit my way into just barely winning. Because I love it when games have that, when it's you're supposed to lose, but if you're like really, really on point, you can just barely get away with it. This might be the end. Yeah, that feels like it was like, okay, this game's had enough. It's trying to stop. It's trying to fight. It's not a good idea to bring her in, but I gotta do something. Level of Dark Knight Battle. Yeah, with a Dark Knight Battle and Record of Aggregus War. It was like my first like encounter with that was Mystery Dungeon Explorer Sky. There's a scripted loss when you first finally actually get to fight Grovyle in the Crystal Cave, but you can actually win it. It's just very hard, and I remember doing it. I managed to do it on a playthrough, and I was so chuffed with myself. The cutscene that follows it goes on the same afterwards, so it doesn't mean anything in that sense, but it was so cool to be able to kind of be like, yeah, fuck you game, I did it. If it's less than halfway, we've got like no resources left, but but we're getting there. Sophie cannot tank that; she will die. You resist. Ah, damn it. Go for it. Back to that Dragon Aura bullshit. Look how much health it's got. We're getting there. It's a war, but we're getting there. If anything, the music really makes this more inspiring. Because I'm like, he's doing it! He's beginning to believe! I wish I had more bombs. If I'd known this fight was coming, I would have gone back and reset. You already fought a dragon just so I could have more items. But equally, if we lose, I'm not... Ow, 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 ow. So I'm going to be really pissed before. And I wish I was kidding. That just made it so they couldn't. Alright, it's got... No one's in a good position to take this. No, I'm keeping you in for a sec. Actually, no, it really wouldn't be wise, so you can't do much. I know it's dangerous, but I'll get Plaster in. Oh, I just realised we're out of them. Oh, okay. It's a while before it gets to go again, so I've got time to process. There comes the physical aura. Good timing for that, then. I don't think you can use Nectars on this. You have to use it when it's just a standard turn. Got it. Oh, actually, it's on physical mode, so I need to use that. You defend, because it's going next. Take it. I hope you can take it. Oh, 82. I kind of don't want you to be the one to break it, because there's not much you can do beyond this. Actually, no, I should, because look how many turns we got before it goes again. I should absolutely push for the break. Yeah, scripted loss, huh? Scripted loss, huh? Get fucked. I really had to fucking think of everything I did there, but we got there. Okay, we got a lot of experience from that. Hell yeah. I really, like, every single action I was taking, it's why I wasn't talking that much, or like, was kind of rambling a little bit at points. I was super hyper focused on like every choice I made. I can see how that is a scripted loss, but I managed to pull through. Let me get a, what the heck's that? Is that a heart? Oh, it's organ. And the cutscene that's gonna follow is not gonna be And now, the finishing blow! What? Hold your feet! How dare you attempt to flee! Zamai! And I imagine if you lose, it's the same sort of scene that it just eventually gives up and goes home. Damn you. Diebold. This is... It's one of the materials needed to make a tool to control the weather. It appears as if Mai dropped it. You think it was carrying such an important item? Diebold, could I ask you a question? Do you have some kind of history with the Zamai? What makes you think that? It was so long ago. Vance is laughing about the drama. Yeah. I was a knight of a certain kingdom when my fate became tied with that of the Zamai. You mean before you came to Erdwide? Indeed. The beast terrorized our kingdom, claiming the lives of many citizens and my companions. And you guys couldn't bring him down. Eventually, we were able to drive him back. After that, the Zamai never appeared in the kingdom again. I dare say it learned its lesson. It does seem to be a rather intelligent beast after all. While there can be no bringing back the lives that were lost, it is my duty to avenge the fallen. That is my purpose, as the knight who was left behind. My apologies. It is a rather depressing tale. Let us hurry onward. Come on, Sophie. Cheer up. Maybe I shouldn't have asked. Hey, don't beat yourself up over it. I'm glad you asked. Because now we can all step up and help him out. Ramazal, do you believe that Diebold's true objective is to slay the Zamai? What makes you ask that? Is that what Elias shines? Yeah. I sensed some indecisiveness within him. I wonder if he had perhaps lost sight of his true goal, his dream. Is he a goofball with a good heart? Yeah. He reminds me of Matthias, but not as much, but not a womanizer. You know, that was like the biggest problem with Matthias. That's pretty observant of you. I'm a little surprised. I suppose so. Well, it is because we are both alike in that way. I hope that both of you will be able to rediscover your true paths. We will, I'm certain of it. Trophy unlocked on Dark Wings. Encounter a shadow of Diebold's past. Right, before we proceed, we're not looking too hot. Look at Diebold. Look at, we're not doing too hot. Let's get home. Let's let these people rest. Oh, wow. Oh, is this where we are? Oh, I didn't realize we'd moved to this ancient city. I thought we was like, I don't know where I was, but not there. Bloody Lord, Plachi, yeah. Oh, right, this we picked up a new catalyst, right? Resilier catalyst. A Resilier catalyst during synthesis to apply it to area die rule. The area die works as follows. When a component is placed, it changes the element of any corresponding element placed nearby to the same element. For example, several components have been placed on the bottom left of the synthesis panel. Let's see what happens when we place a wind component nearby. The square... Oh, okay, that's kind of chaotic. I don't think I'm going to use this one, if I'm honest. And our wind squares. Let's go with benefit area die. Try giving it a try.
習得しました。作れるものが増えたみたい。
Cavalier training charm.
どれを作りましょう。
Snipe talisman. Jeez. But she hasn't made her own version. The reason why I haven't made her make these is because I like the ones we have and I don't want to give them up just so then that Plachi's like slightly higher up on the list.
どの材料にしましょう。理論的に考えた場合、まず取り掛かりましょう。これでこれは期待できそうですね。
I can see the benefits of using the Resler one, but it just seems a bit not unruly, but like it could easily start fighting against you if you like misplace one thing. It's like, oh, you wanted to change all this, did you? And you're like, what? No, I didn't. Change it back. Oh, I didn't even realize we had this to get rid of as well. Oh, we don't actually need to make that much of a link, so I should reprioritize and distribute like over here. Still gonna be enough to bump it up still, because we need... Even with both those electrics, it wouldn't be enough. The extras, ah well. I was kind of working out in my head. Alright, let's... put it back over here then. Just so it's more out the way, so I can work on the other ones. I should really try out the auto thing more often, but I just don't trust it. I don't know, there's something about it that's like auto. Less effort, that probably would take things away from you than add. How's it 12 PM? How's it midday already? I just looked at the time. I'm going to keep streaming for a while longer yet, obviously, but I want to get to this volcano at the least. You know, at the very least. Oh, and I bet we can't do anything with that wind thing until the plot demands it, so we have to go back. But there's going to be a point later on, it's like, man, you can only proceed if you use the wind thing, better go back and make it, which is probably what actually what that is, that blue icon is. Yep, okay, so it's literally if I just proceed a little further, but because I was weak and worried, I left. I'll get this chest over here first before we do that. Ooh, green spike ore. Forbidden Grimoires? What is this, Sophie 1? When I had all like the book components? I haven't seen like grimoire based components in ages. Oh, we can't get this either, so we do need to engage. Okay. Alright, fine game. I'll head back. and have it bring up the wind, and then go back and make more wind.
これは
Look at that!
道が
Oh, the path has been destroyed.
これも
Do you think that Samai did this?
かもしれない
It's possible, but the real question is how are you going to get past this? Damnation! Samai must be just ahead.
いいボルト
Eyes on the prize, D-Bolt. We're for the Dream Core, remember?
分かっている
I have not forgotten.
だが
Just simply that.
ディーボルト
D-Bolt, do you still have the stone you collected earlier? Yes, I still have it here.
もしかしたら
We might be able to use it to create a tool that would allow us to continue ahead. So could you please entrust that stone to me?
そういうのであれば
If it be of use, of course. I'll leave it in your capable hands, Bludster.
はい
Thank you. Got a Gabbett stone.
ダミゼル
Ramazal, I will need you to teach me in meticulous detail how to craft a tool to alter the weather. Sure, no problem.
それじゃあ
Well then, I guess we better head back to Rotali for now. Yes, we should. Everyone else just turns around. Oh, right. Hmm?
ディーボルト私がこれを作っている間に
Feebod. You know, I want to make a point, because I've noticed it every time, but I need to actually comment on it. This little track that's playing now gives me huge classic character theme vibes from Final Fantasy. Between like Final Fantasy 4, 5, and 6. Like, this feels like a character theme from that kind of era, and that's entirely a good thing. Or like Final Fantasy 9 at the latest, where they'd have like these little, like, more bouncy or like light-hearted or whistly little melodies that play for character moments. This really reminds me of that, and every time I've heard it, I keep on thinking it's like I'm playing Final Fantasy for a second. Diebold, there's one thing I would like you to think about where we work on this recipe.
あなたの果たさな
You
け
say
ればならない
definitively that your goal is to defeat the Samai.
あなたの
Is that really your true dream?
私も
That is a question I will also be asking myself. My true dream.
ねえねえどこ行くどこ行く
I had a feeling. I was like, I bet it's gonna unlock extra scenes now. Yep. But do them first before we watch Ram teach Pluchy how to make wind. So I think that's what that is. It's gonna be wind crystals. That
大きなため
was a big sigh. What's the matter? Oh, Sophie. This is uncool of me, but I actually got hurt on the job.
怪我
Oh my gosh, you okay? Shouldn't you be resting at home?
そんな大怪
Calm
我じゃ
down, it's not that bad. Although, it would have killed any normal chump.
少し腕を上げた時に
It feels kind of uncomfortable when I raise my arm, but
まあ
I'm good to keep guard.
あらじゃん違和
That doesn't sound okay. You can't just go ignoring it.
おい
Oi, who do you think I am? I'm Elias, the greatest, most fearless bodyguard under the...
体調が万全じゃ
If
ない
you're not feeling 100%, you're out of commission. No more jobs until I get you some medicine.
いや
No, I said I'm fine. I said no. Good, alright, I get it.
あったよ
Didn't realize you were so pushy.
え
Since it is comfort in your arm, maybe an ointment would do.
なら
Let me see. If I boost the sedative effect... A sedative ointment with HP regen medium. Do I have that? I don't think I do. No,
ど
okay.
こに行こうかな
I have to keep that in mind.
あ行くとしますか なあ頼むよラミゼルさん
Please, Ramazal.
どうにか
Can't you do something about it?
あ
Okay, okay. I'll talk to the mayor. Sit tight, alright?
あのねラミゼルさ
Now,
ん
Ramazal, could I ask you to make some more flower pots for me?
え
Eh? Just alchemy you're after. You're both asking Pasha or Sophie.
ラミゼルさん
I like your flower pots, though. I'm quite taken with their avant-garde shapes.
あ
Jeez, how can I say no now? I'll get them done when I can. I'm finally free. Nobody's holding back with their requests, huh?
うん
Yeah, I saw. They really ran you ragged, huh?
前ま
I wouldn't have minded before, but Plush's the mayor now. I should go ask her instead. But you still accepted all their requests, right? Well, I just find it hard to say no. I don't exactly dislike being relied on. But still, I do need to stop being such a pushover. I guess you've always had trouble turning down others. What do you mean always? She's like, oh, I never get better at this. Oh, please tell me you're joking. You mean I stay like this my whole life? But that means a lot of people think you're dependable. That's an amazing thing. More like a lot of extra work I have to do. Geez, there's only so much I can handle. But maybe I ought to buff up my alchemy skills while I still can. That's the spirit. Extra ingredient fuel. What's her level at in terms of friendship? One from the... So everyone's like 1 point short now. Well, not everyone. Not everyone. But they're getting there. Let's go to the Atelier and make that ointment. Well, let's start by explaining the basics of river control items. First of all, things like Sunlight Heliodor take the form of dream vessels. Dream vessels? Right. When infused with Ellie's power, they transform into items that can control the weather. So using a dream vessel on its own won't have any effect on the weather? Exactly. That said, it's how the dream vessel is made that decides what kind of weather it can produce. I see, where to begin? By the way, what you said to Debold back there about his dream, why did you say that? Well, yeah? I do not know. I wonder why. Wait, what? She's like, yeah, stop prying into my business. That's for me to know. That's what that was about. That was exactly what that was. That was don't pry into other people's business. Keep it all the time. There's not always welcome, Sophie. Oh my goodness. On there. So I say, I know it's more, it's just Plush to being cheeky in her own little way. Okay, the rest of these greens really don't matter. So I'll just put them like this. Alright, now for the real event. Fitting all these in. Alright, there's our regen M. Change any other place into an ice, sure, put that there. Keep the fam together in that sense. Nice. One. How many did you make when you do that? Because I've made several. I might equip one. Because that's probably better than what we got. Ah, you only make one. Yeah, I'll make the swap. Actually, no. Because that exists. You have the syrup fruit instead, and then we can give that away and be fine. I know it doesn't have the regen as well, but Recovery XL shouldn't be ignored. Alright, Elias. Let's fix up that shoulder.
おいおい
Oi, oi! You seriously went and made it? Well, I told you I don't need it.
けどまあ
Still, thanks. Sorry for causing you trouble. No trouble at all. You're always doing things for me. Plus, as an alchemist, I have a duty to help those in need.
そうか
Right, you're a real good kid, Sophie. Now, shame about cleaning your room.
とはいけねえ
Ah, sorry, my bad, Sophie. I don't mind. You thinking about your sister?
まあな
Yeah,
今はもう
she must be
かなり
pretty
で
big
か
by now. You mean you weren't living with her back home?
あ
Yeah, because I was always working as a
仕事
merc.
をしてたからな
I was always traveling all around with my merc group.
最後に会った
Last
の
time I
は
saw her was,
何年前だった
man, how many years has it been?
この世界に
I
来
hadn't
た
gone
時
home
点
in a
で
few years before I came here.
たまには帰らな
You
くちゃ
shouldn't go so long without visiting your sister. She must be worried about you.
心
Worried about me? That'd be nice, but I don't know. Hmm?
薬
Well, thanks for the medicine. I'll service some on when I get home.
あ
Oh, and he's gone.
オリアさん
I swear Elias looked kind of sad just then. Maybe I asked something I shouldn't have. Passive Hunter's Aim is now available. What's that? A stack of crit rate boost on the user when moving to the front. Ooh. So it's actually better to keep him back there then. So when I swap him in, he's immediately like ready to shoot sort of thing.
護衛は任せてくれ
Down here. Hello, Debold. How close is Debold? 2 ranks, okay. I want to see what happens when you max someone out.
こんにちは
Konnichiwa. Ah, please forgive me for before. I should have not heaped my woes upon you.
ううん
No, I didn't. I don't mind, but... Debold!
おい
Bad news, a monster showed up near town, and it's got danger written all over it. What?
オリアさん
Really? Elias?
あ
Yeah, looking real bad. Probably gonna be some damage.
討伐に向か
I
う
shall slay it.
は
Say what?
下手に刺激
But if you provoked it, things could get worse.
町の周囲
It
に
is already
現
bad
れた
enough.
なら
How could I live with myself if any harm befell this town?
ならば
The threat will not resolve itself. I cannot rest until the people's safety has been assured.
それなら
I'm going too then. I'll do whatever I can to keep everyone safe and happy. Fine then, count me in. Gonna say no now anyway. I'd be like the biggest doofus in Urgeage.
私のわがまま
Thank you for going along with my selfish resolve. Let us make haste.
どこに向かう護衛は任せて
Where's... Oh, okay, I was gonna say, where's the monster? Wait, is it actually here? Because if that's the case, what the heck? In near forest. Then what's that? That we can do a Sophie in the snowy corridor. Oh, I see the exclamation point now. I thought that was this for some reason. Right, let's get on over there. And see what this next fight that's going to destroy me is going to be. Where? Oh, it's over here, okay.
見えてるんだろうな
いたぞあいつだ
There's the rascal. He does look mean. I don't want to think about what would happen if you go into town.
いや
We should not have
そんな
to,
ことにはなら
because
ない
we will not let it come. We will let it come no closer.
そのために
We cannot fail. You all prepared? Yeah.
あ
Yeah, bring it. That is not how you load a gun, but whatever, game.
敵だ
Okay, for a split second, I was wondering if they were going to make it so you could only use those 3 for the fight, since they're the 3 that went out to investigate, but no. Thankfully. What was it using? Fire Aura, so we do need to... Fire Aura, but it's immune to ice. Are you kidding me?
後ろに続くぜラミゼル
What a viciously evil thing to like combination to have.
これを止められるか。
So we're gonna keep on trying to nerf that out then. Geez, -8. So I had a feeling that'd be enough. What's he inflicted with? Makes all enemies' attacks guaranteed to hit and increases the crit rate with received attacks by 10. That's insane. We're just gonna make sure it dies then. Most monsters don't deserve such powerful attacks. Yeah, true. I only skipped the animation during the dragon fight because I knew that fight was going to be a long one, so I just thought to skip it there. But no, we're doing this again. No, we can just rinse it. So that more smaller attacks always do more damage than a few powerful ones. Yeah. It was like in Liddy and Suli. Suli was probably the biggest threat because she could get 3 turns in, so it didn't matter that her attacks were weaker. She would more than make up for it. Did we beat it? Yeah, looks that way. It was going to be tough, but not that tough. It was tough. I mean, things would have been bad if you hadn't stepped in. Diebold made the right call. Great work, Diebold. Once the threat is identified, one must take the initiative to eliminate it as swiftly as possible. The moment a casualty occurs, you're already too late. Even from your nightly experience, eh? Perhaps. So that's what you were thinking, all the time you protected your country and its people? Indeed, such is a knight's duty. My duty. Ooh, extra ingredient metals, that's actually kind of nice. Oh, research the snowy bridge at the foot of the wall. That's why that's like that. I was thinking, it's like, what's the... What? I was like, no, because we need a little extra. Ask about how it went at the Atelier and go to the Crystal Pavilion. Yo, Plachta! I was had a great idea for a brand new special. Absolutely not. Come on, don't be like that. I think it would make a damn good dream team. Are you serious? It couldn't possibly work. The difference in our physical abilities is too vast. We'd never be in sync. Hey, who do you think you're talking to? The best bodyguard in Italy. That's who. I've got it all figured out already. Listen up. Here's what I want you to do. How about it? You can manage that, right? I'm impressed. Never would have believed you suggest something so considered. Even I should have no trouble seeing it through. Oh, so we've got a new special then. You seem to have put genuine force into this. I have to revise my opinion of you. Slightly. Well, you pick a thing or two up over the years. Besides, it was too good an idea to pass up. And if it's worth doing right. I'll do my best to keep pace with you. Dual trigger Twilight Bullet has been acquired. Oh, I just won't pick up my controller then. Say, Sophie and the others are all pretty strong, huh? Indeed. I was astonished to find an alchemist can fight with such skill. It's almost frightening with how much Unlet has improved in such a short time. Yeah, tell me about it. Right, that does it. Diebold, you and I are gonna team up. As a coordinated attack? Oh yeah, we're both professional bodyguards, aren't we? If alchemists and merchants are showing us up on the battlefield, we'll never live it down. I see. You make a fair point, Elias. The fairest? So I guess we should sort out the specifics, huh? No need. We're both experienced combatants after all. We simply have to strike as one, moving together, swing together. With instincts as fine-toned as ours, we can improvise. The rest is necessary. Yeah, now you're talking. You know, Diebold, you're alright. We'll hit him with the combined might of 2 Mega Masters. Indeed. Anyone who dares stand in our way must answer to our strength. Jildriga Eisenkampf has been acquired. Oh my god. Is Elias just going on a trek? Hey, Debo, make us a combo attack. Just like Ramsel just drops any pretense this time. What has brought this on, Ramsel? Well, I was thinking about how long the two of us have known each other. We've got a good grasp on how the others fight. Together, we could really do some damage. Make a good point. Great! I'm counting on you to come up with something fantastic. As you wish. I'll see to it as soon as possible. Hey, there's no time like the present. Come on, break out the brilliance. Why must you be so fantastic and brilliant? I want one of these scenes to end in them just not being able to come up with anything. It's just like a got you moment. Like something like this suffice. Oh wow, you really came through. Truly. We got a victory written all over it. I love it. Ah, you would, wouldn't you? Did you say something? No, nothing. I'm simply pleased that you've taken a shine to it. To show everyone the power of our collective might. You know it. They won't believe their eyes. Dual Trigger Runebreaker has been acquired. Oh my goodness, Sophie's got access to like the book. Oh no, these are all the triggers. Okay. Not the character specific ones. These, yeah, now it's character specific. I thought she had loads for a second, no. So Twilight Bullet has 100% chance of applying a total of 3 stacks of random status effects to all enemies. That's a lot of words, hang on. And also has 1 stack of all stat decrease and aura weakening. Success of inflicting status effects depends on the resistances. That one could be very helpful in like some encounters. Runebreaker, physical damage to a single enemy and applies 1 stack of physical resistance decrease, power 300. And that's our last one. Oh, she doesn't get much. Alette still needs to figure something out with Bludster. Eisenkampf, physical damage to a huge enemy, huge damage crit hit, highest power of them all. Because I think the highest we got before this was 300, so that is the ultimate just go for damage attack. Alright, we've got 3 more to try out. How many more are we missing? Is it just Plasters? Yeah, it is. There's it's just Plasters, really. Okay. Which we'll probably get when we bump her up a rank. Maybe. Wait a little. If I put that on track, what does the game tell me? Okay, it is just wait, okay. Even when you have a maximum meter of 200%. Yeah, hopefully we'll get that soon. Because the game said that eventually you'll be able to get overstack upgrades to it later on, but they've yet to... I forgot what the game said you have to do to get it. I think it was maxing out friendships, wasn't it? I can check, probably. TGs are so cute. Yeah, I love them. Oh, it's not going to tell us on this screen. I'm sure it said somewhere that you can get it high 100% if you max out friendship. I digress. Let's move on. Oh, there she is again. Hello, Katie. You forgot your coat again. Am I seeing things? Katie, is that you? You're actually working? I had no choice. We opened hours ago, and Gnome is nowhere to be seen. This is the first time he's ever been late. I wonder if something came up. If he's not here, then... Oh, I think I might know. Is this what you're not telling me, Sophie? Oh, Gnome's gotten into art. I had no idea he had a hobby like that. Ever since Plaster started teaching him the basics, he's been over the moon. There's something he absolutely wants to paint, so he's been drawing every night after work. So you're saying he was up too late and overslept? Don't be too upset with him, okay? Of course I won't. This is great news. With his family situation, he never had a chance to think about what he wanted for himself. But now, he finally found something he's passionate about. Oh, I think I might cry. Sounds like you were really worried about him. As both his employer and his guardian, there's no way I wouldn't have been. Suppose it's time for him to fly the nest. Sophie, can I ask you for a favour? Could you make Gnome a set of paintbrushes? Something that could just glides across the canvas, really high quality stuff. Of course, you just leave it to me. I'll make dream paintbrushes and then accidentally find some paintings that I shouldn't have and just go into another realm. The artisan brushes. Oh, these have significant beyond. If there's actually, you know, things to fill. I should actually care about it more then. Oh, there's that spooky wood we brought. I kind of don't want to use it considering I brought it. It was like a one of a kind. I'll go lightning instead then. I'm not sure I want to use that. Use the leather instead. Get rid of this. Is this it I got for the pail? Whoops. Oh, I can't get it, so it leaves both alone. Alright, and then the thing that's going to get all the attention. Because we didn't get enough reds either. Ta-da! They're ready. Goodness, those are some splendid brushes. I thought I'd add a little extra flair. I wanted him to be worthy of a master artist, you know, for when he becomes one in the future. You're getting much too far ahead of yourself, Sophie. Still, I appreciate the sentiment. Let's hurry up and take them to Gnome. Oh, there's Katie. Oh, Gnome's with her too. It's Katie. Here, this is for you. Alright, but what? Huh? Oh, well, they still have these artworks. I was wondering if they'd got rid of these after so many games and whatnot. No, they still got these like special one-of-a-kind, you've seen a story arc to its conclusion artworks. That's cool. What's with this painting? Well, it's a portrait of you, Miss Katie, by me. No, I get that. What I'd like to know is, why is it so good? Oh wow, no, that's amazing. It's even better than the last piece you showed us. Oh, thank you, really. It was all thanks to Fleisch's reinforcement of the fundamentals. Honestly, I wasn't sure if you'd even had anything left to learn. There's something I'd like to tell you, Miss Katie. Sure, go ahead, I'm listening. Not long after I arrived here, I met you. and that led to all kinds of new experiences. And I finally learned to enjoy things for their own sake. I've even found my true passion. Someday in the future, I hope to become a professional artist. It's a splendid goal. I'm happy for you now. Thank you, Miss Katie. From here on out, I'll be putting even more of myself into my art. And into this tavern, I hope that our relationship will continue to eternity and beyond. Look at that mouth. Ah! That's a shit. Yeah, she thought he was about to quit. Hold it right there. Did you just say you want to keep working here? Of course. I love working with you every bit as much as I love painting. I wouldn't want to give either one of them up. Huh. I thought I'd be able to tell you to quit and focus on your art. Was that Miss Katie? No, it's nothing. Oh, right. Sophie, did you bring the you-know-whats with you? Yeah, I did. These are for you, from Katie. Really? They are? Oh, thank you so much. A present from Miss Katie? Oh, I couldn't be happier. I swear, I'll never put them down. Yeah, looks like you picked the perfect gift, Katie. He's obviously thrilled by them. Then again, seeing him look this giddy only makes me want to coddle him even more. You can coddle me, Katie, whenever you want. Please. I'm kidding. That might actually be worth picking up because there's a thing I need to pick up that's I think there's like a thing in the ingredient. It's like kill a spore dog. Let me check. Hang on. That's fungus hound, not spore dog. They sound similar, but it's not. Sign for use for luffs. Okay. Make a better fishing rod. Tasty looking bait with seafood, and make fishing rods. I might focus on that. That'd be nice to do. I didn't spot we got that. Hang on a minute. I might prioritize that. That's a new resource to get. Hang on a minute. Let's make a stretchy band. It's like, hold on a cotton minute. This is helpful. We want this. And I want to make a better fish, that high quality rod as well when I can. Oh, okay, that meant nothing. Put this on here instead. Blue doesn't matter. Gren doesn't matter. Yeah, yo. Oh, I didn't even spot this yellow was up here. That's gonna add 3, so that won't be enough. screw it, I'll just chuck it there anyway.
特性を選びましょうか。この世最後まで気を抜かずに調合終了。
This is just so I can make the slingshot and get more ingredients.
どの道具にしましょうか。触媒はさて、どこから取り掛かりますか？さあ、調合開始です。これで、これは期待できそうですね。
Oh, but I should be more prioritizing these because we're already full.
素晴らしい。いい調子です。素晴らしい。いい調子です。はあ、順調ですね。スラッター、頑張ろう。面白いですね、アレット。さて、どこから取り掛かりますか？
Literally, I only need like one more grain, so yeah, I'll take that.
調合開始です。素晴らしい。予想以上の反応です。いい調子です。これは期待できそうですね。いい調子です。これは期待できそうですね。スラッター、頑張ろう。まさかこんな反応が。こんな感じでどうかな。面白いですね、アレット。
Oh, come on!
理論的に考えた場合、まず
Oh, really? Oh, tragic.
理論的に考えた場合、まず
One pixel less, come on.
いい調子です。いい調子です。予想以上の反応です。素晴らしい。
Actually, I'm gonna back up. I wanna get that perfect in one. I'm gonna see if I can make a new Zettel. I'm gonna favorite it so I forget it. I'm gonna see if I can make better Zettel. Wherever the hell it is. Is it a Sophie thing?
頼みましたよ。任された。触媒はどれにしよう。
And like so super over lean.
まずはあれから。いや、それとも。まずはあれから。いや、それとも。
Oh, that's just super success, and now I'll go on to fire.
なるほど。まずはあれから。いや、それとも。やってみよう。
Throw the blue away immediately.
ここにしよう。
Throw it all away.
いい感じ。行くわよ、ソフィー。すごい。いいこと起こりそうな予感。こんなのはどう？助かります。
Oh, that gave me a light piece when it comes all folded up. Interesting.
悪くないかも。いいこと起こりそうな予感。すごいのできちゃうかも。私も手伝うよ。当 私も負けてられないや。ブルコーンブルコーン、ここにしよう。うわ、やばい、アレットちゃんやるな。
Oh, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference, actually. I just realised.
私も負けてられないや。
I think I'm going to end up with the same problem regardless.
こんな感じパパッと仕上げちゃう。これで完成。いいんじゃないこれ。
I think that's the same thing. What else?
交代。はい、引き受けます。材料を選びましょう。
Other than committing more to stretchy bands.
ふむ、理論的に考えた場合、まず
Drop by that enemy. I honestly might go fight one of them to see if I can try and get.
さて、どこから取り掛かりますか？さて、どこから取り掛かりますか？
I'm not giving up yet. What about Mothcart?
どの道具にしましょうか？
I'm not giving up yet. I really feel like I can try and get more greens like bullshitted in.
ふむ、理論的に考えた場合、まず取り掛かりましょう。
I'm carrying way too much just for a fucking slingshot.
ここにしましょう。
Fine. I just like everything else doesn't matter. The slingshot first, then I'll worry about everything else, like the fishing rod.
ここにしましょう。予想以上の反応です。予想以上の反応です。クラッター、頑張ろう。面白いですね、アレット。予想以上の反応です。こんな感じでどうかな。面白いですね、アレット。
Right to a win, sure, have that one.
いい調子です。はあ、順調ですが、勝負はここから。
やってやろうぜ、クラフター。
なるほど。
Drainage.
意外な反応です。
I'm not dismantling the electric a little as we go here, but it's fine.
素晴らし
ほらほら、巧みだって。
い。なるほど。意外な反
Turn
応
it
です。
into an ice. I kind of don't want to do that, so I'll leave it.
ソフィー、少々相談。
俺様のひらめきだ。
なるほど。意外な反応です。特性を選びましょうか。これでいい。
Guys, what? I just need like one more fucking point. If I can just like squeeze it out somewhere, I think we can get this.
できました。どれを作りましょう。どの材料にしましょう。
Oh, whoops! I don't want There we are.
さて、どこから取り掛かりますか？
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there is one more point. Maybe I can bullshit this.
ここにしましょ
We'll
う。
put that there.
これで。素晴らしい。
Actually, no, I'll come back to that one because that one's awkward.
少々相談なのですが、これは期待できそうですね。クラフター、頑張ろう。面白いですね、アレット。こんな感じでどうかな。まさかこんな反応が。
Yes, we got it. Yes, we're gonna get it.
これは期待できそうです
See, and there's a lesson to the kids. Keep fucking trying, you'll get there eventually.
順調ですが勝負はここから予想以上の反応です。
行くぞクラフター。
助かります。これは期待できそうですね。
Is it? Oh, it does affect that enough. Damn. I was like, does that affect that enough, or what about this one?
特性はどれにしましょう。釜は海、素材は地。
I think I'll just accept what I got.
釜は海、
I'll just accept what I got.
素材は地。このような形で
Master Shooting, Gather Up L, Major Gathering Level 2. Yeah. We got there. We got there. We got what I wanted. We have a slingshot. Sophie! Look at this!
これって
Is that a slingshot?
はい。
It is! We can now knock down things that are out of reach, just like an all-you-can material buffet. Well, all you can carry at least. Anyway, what's got you so excited?
もちろんです。
Who wouldn't be? Just imagine what new materials might be hidden in high places.
すこぶる興味
It
が
makes me mightily curious indeed.
そっか。
Gotcha. I'm looking forward to it too. The slingshot. Fucking look at that. That's so... Sophie, put it down. So it's like she's about to cause some trouble. As soon as you can use shoot down materials, but you can't reach tree tops and cliffs. Get close to it, press square, go crazy. Nice. Right. After that huge goddamn distraction, let's go to what I wanted to do, which is make the high grade rod. So tasty looking bait with seafood. Let's make that first and then we can worry about the fishing rod.
何を作っちゃおう。
Plus,
交代。はい。引き受けます。
where the fuck's bait? Hang on. Flame of Origin's only there, that's crazy. Yeah, there's bait there, so what? I'll just go straight past it?
どれにしようかな。
Neutralizers, tears, waste, honey, confetti, ingots, cloths, base, Sifo, Zel, leather, guide, diamond dirt, roll, polish, clay, stone, seeds. Where the fuck is it? One sec. Bomb, ice bomb, lightning bomb, luft, puny missile, Draco bomb, lightning bomb, bang head, arcana chest, vortex, sedative, soti, puny jelly, healing elixir, baked waffle, honey syrup, breezy aroma, stew, life, dew, candy, incense, brush, mischief, chain, sickle, pickaxe, bomb hammer, tent, shoes, bag, charm, neutralizers, water, tears, flour, yeast, ice cream, honey, confettio, ingot, silvada, eisen, cloth, mothcloth, flugel, cure base, Sophie, chaining fluid, gold thread, cliver pad, settled, leather, multicolored dye, Sherman duft, flame emperor dust, refresh oil, polish, alchemical clay, understone, plywood, crystal, seeds, fungus, solution, stone, epidemics, phone sets, wooden foil, charm, Lucius, Catalysts. Weapons, armor, ring, talisman, plot.
クラフター交代。はい、引き受けます。
Am I going insane? It's on the list. We can make it. There it fucking is. Oh my god, that's a... Hang on, I forgot what it is we even need to make for it. I got so carried away. Add seafood.
どの道具にしましょうか。どの触媒にしましょう。
So that'll be at the bottom, I assume.
さあ、調合開始です。いい調子です。これは期待できそうですね。
Oh my goodness, look at this insanity of a piece.
素晴らしい。クラフター、頑張ろう。まさ
Some
か
smell.
こんな反応が。こんな感じでどうかな。
Okay, so it's not green. Okay, it's not green.
なんかすごい予感。まさかこんな反応が。どれを作りましょう。どの材料にしましょう。
Right, it's fish.
理論的に考えた場合、まずさあ、調合開始です。素晴らしい。これは期待できそうですね。素晴らしい。
行くぞクラフター。ここが攻め
Is it
時
a
だな。
blue then?
助かります。
It has to be one of these fucking things.
素晴らしい。ソフィー、少々相談なのですが、
やってやろうぜクラフター。
There we go.
意外な反応です。
ほらほらかき乱すぜ。
おお、これは。
俺様のひらめきだ。
おお、これは。
And all the rest we can start throwing around, figuring it out.
これで
これならどうだ。
続きます。
さあもっと高みへ。
はい、リーボルト。ここにしましょう。いい調子です。これは期待できそうですね。クラフター、頑張ろう。まさかこんな反応が。特性はどれこれでいい
Then we
です
just need to
ね。
make 3 rods.
仕上げましょう。完成です。どの道具にしましょうか。どれにしようかな。
You want to clutch the thing as
交
well?
代。はい、引き受けます。
Oh, it is. For some reason I thought it was a Sophie thing. No, she's the fisher.
材料を選びましょう。理論的に考えた場合、まず
I'll make one super special, so then when we go to make that rod, hopefully I can use it as a component that will have worth. And then the rest we'll just kind of, like, rush make.
ソフィー、少々相談なのですが、これは期待できそうですね。これは期待できそうですね。これは期待できそうですね。はあ、順調ですが、勝負はここから。
Oh, Let me refigure that one. Just this piece is awkward. This specific piece I have isn't this is causing the problems. So let's chuck that there instead.
予想以上の反応です。予想以上の反応です。スラッター、頑張ろう。面白いですね、アレット。
I'm really curious, and at some point I'll have to like kind of maybe look into it just as my curiosity. How much of my total playtime in these games is spent me looking at this screen in any of them, and like how much that's changed as the series got on, and I've got more into its mechanics and systems.
錬金術の信号。
ここが攻め時だな。
続きます。
Sure, I've got an idea.
これで。
ここが攻め時だな。
助かります。素晴らしい。
So I think it'd be interesting to see how much that's changed as it's gone on. And how much of like a creature of crafting I became, or have become.
手伝うわよ。もちろんです。ラミゼル。特性を選びましょうか。これでいい。最後
Alright, that's the specialized one.
総合終了。
And now all the rest I'm just going to kind of rush make a little bit.
ですね。どの触媒にしましょう。取り掛かりましょう。これで。これは期待できそうですね。
Oh, so this is how it works. Oh, this is kind of shit. Okay. That's how the auto works. It just kind of makes it up as it goes a little.
この世最後の敵を抜かずに調合終了。どれを使いましょう。
One more. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm not using spooky wood.
ふむ。理論的に考えた場合、まずここにしましょ
Yeah,
う。
this it just kind of freeballs it. It just...
特性はどれにしましょう。
Yeah, yeah, there's a good reason why I don't trust that. And don't use it
ど
usually.
の道具にしましょうか。
Oh, it's not make free fishing rods. Oh, I'm an idiot. It's use major gathering spots with the fishing rod 3 times. Oh. If I had a brain, I'd be dangerous. Ooh. Well, I'm still glad I made the extra effort, because then there's one that we can use. Yeah, because that one, look, it'll be a better material to use. I'll equip this one though, so we get better out of it. Now we get to play a game of where's the closest, like, major fishing spot. I know we've seen one. We used a couple this stream. Was there one near here? I think so.
疲れた。ねえ、一度休まない？
Aha! Get over there.
この引きは。おっと、かなり息がいいわね。どこに向かいますか？隅々までと。
No, we'll just reset it so I can just do it again. Will. I hope we get better rods, we get better control of the fish for that minigame, because it's still kind of unruly. I hope we get a better sickle soon. I know we've got most of it, we just need to find like a unique special ore and then we can do it. Because that's like the big one holding us back a little bit, feels like. All bonus, going for it. Come on, fishy. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, you know you want to. There we go. No, it's an item. Take that off. Alright, Plachi, your turn. Make me proud. Fuck! Spear's plywood. It's always something. Have we got that? We can... He's having lobster for dinner. Yeah. It's okay, we can do this. Alchemical clay. Ooh, I need to make more neutralizers. Oh, I might as well just put this down here because it's not... Yeah, it's barely getting up. Actually, no, I will put this here to continue with link. And then just put this down here. Actually, no, better idea. I didn't even spot that one. It's gonna be a bit scattered, but it'll... Oh, just one shot, never mind. I've never actually had like lobster or like that kind of crustacean seafood in my life. I've always been kind of curious. Same deal. I'll chuck this here, and I'll chuck this down here since we're not getting those bonuses anyway. So I feel like I can fix this enough to make more links. So I can then convert a piece into another wind or something over here. I'll just put that there preemptively. Will that be enough? It won't. Okay, I need it to actually square around a little more. Nice, add plants. Okay, that was really worth all that fucking effort I put into it, but whatever. I'll just put this here. We're not going to make enough links anyway. Nice. Alright, let's make this goddamn rush. Oh, you could... Oh yeah, I'll just use the dragon court now. Actually, that might... that'll be good for green. That'll be good for yellow. That'll be good for blue. I'll come back to that one. So we've got... only 7 on yellow. So even with links, that won't boost that trait gathering. So I kind of want to prioritize yellow. Let's do that. Let's see what we can get from other things. I'll start with the dragon core and we'll feel it out. And if it looks a bit wonky and weird, I'll rearrange. Oh, I've got no fucking blues. I just realised. Never mind. We have nothing in blue. So that's... No, I need something for that to make this work. Oh, they don't make it easy, do they? All for the sake of a better rod. But this is something we can remake later, to be fair. I'm like umming and ahhing about a lot of shit, and I'm like, some of this we'll be able to fix in post, as in like later on when it's not so important.
しましょう。いい調子です。これは期待できそうですね。釜は海、素材は地。
行くぞクラフター。
続きます。
If we're not going to get anything proper out of like what the capable fishing and whatnot, with items increased.
どこから取り掛かりますか？
15. Then I'm leaning back on the lightning
さて、
because it's
どこから
covering more
取り
bases.
掛かりますか？
God damn it. Only this game would do this to me so much.
素晴らしい。
Make me question every single fucking choice I make. Yeah, because we can still get
これは期待できそう
master
ですね。
fishing from that and have space to spare.
ここにしましょう。
And that won't interrupt, so we can like get chuck pieces around a little more without, and like fill in more of the board without worrying about what we lose. So I got a lot of reds I need to get rid of.
勝負はここから。これは期待できそうですね。手伝うわよ。はい、この調子です。いい調子です。予想以上の反応です。
Okay, we can't do that. Can do that though.
まさかこんな反応が。釜は海、素材は地。
Okay, yeah, that's one way to check. I was like, even if we had it all linked up, it wouldn't make a difference. So I will just put this here instead,
そうですが、勝負はここから。
and then worry about the electric problem.
いい調子です。予想以上の反応です。予想以上の反応です。
行くぞクラフター。
続きます。
ここが攻め時だな。
助かります。
Nice. Alright, I'll take that.
属性はどれにしましょう。
I don't think any of this stuff matters when it's like equipable, but I still like to try it anyway.
総合終了。素晴らしい道具ができました。レベルアップ。
Oh, and now she's the nice level as well.
どの道具にしましょうか。
High grade rod! Wait, can we make the sickle as well?
どれにしようかな。
I don't think we can.
どこに。
This video is just gonna be the part where we need Understone for that. This video is just gonna be the part where I just like we take on a dragon and now I'm just upgrading all of our collecting resources. I can also check what do I need to make an Understone? I know we have that on the list.
クラフター交代。はい、引き受けます。
Oh, we can make it, so we can get a better pick. Oh, we're in business today, guys. To be fair, I was gonna wrap soonish, so I might just make this my wrapping point. Just upgrade, like upping the arsenal. I'll take the light slot then.
ふむ。理論的に考えた場合、まず、さあ、調合開始です。それで、これは期待 いい調子です。 素晴らしい。 これは期待できそうですね。
Oh, actually, no, because I want more links, so I can't need this together.
順調ですが、勝負手伝うわよ。はい、この調子です。クラッカー、準備はいい？はい、この調子です。
Yeah, there's our blue. And there it goes. There it goes, my hero. There's the blue, just chucks it in there. Watch it as it goes. Will this affect that? Not really. Oh, that one will though. Oh, I'll just chuck this here, just chuck it wherever then. The exquisite pickaxe, which is a Sophie thing. And we need to use the specialized version of the sickle one more time, so we can go do that in a second. Let's see. Oh, before we do that, I might want to try and see if I can make a better pickaxe, a normal pickaxe. Yeah, let's see if I can make a better one so I've got more traits to carry over first. Get rid of the dirty blues. Anytime I say dirty blues, I promise I'm not referencing like politics or any shit like that. I'm referencing red versus blue. I'm referencing Sarge going dirty blues, and that's it. I promise. I can't help it. I grew up with just enough red versus blue that it had an influence on me. You know, before the company and everything tied to it kind of went to shit. Oh, I could just put this here. It's just, it's always conveniently the blue is the one we need to fucking get rid of in these situations, and so that's always the joke my brain immediately defaults to, sorry. We finally got our master mining pickaxe just for immediately could have be putting it away. It's to a worthy cause. I need a better link, so I'll just put that there. Nice! We got like the best pickaxe ever, finally, and we're just gonna get rid of it. Oh, it really is like the best pickaxe ever. Ah. Do I not have any reds and greens? Oh,
いやそれとも
that's annoying.
うんうんなるほど
Or does it filter out? Like if I do...
まずは
Oh, no, never mind. It is filter, not filter out.
それともまずはあれからいやそれとも
Sure.
始めよう
Yeah, once again, the dirty blues. Let's put that you there.
ここうんいい感じすごいのできちゃうかもいい感じすごいのできちゃうかもいいこと起こりそうな予感グルコーングルコーン行くわよソフィー助かります
Expert mining, okay.
とりあえず入れてみる
Oh, these light pieces are a
ここ
problem.
にしよ
Their positioning is terrible. They are a
う
problem.
さてどう料理しようかな とりあえず
They're literally in spots these pieces can't fucking reach. Damn it.
グルコーングルコー
I'll worry about them later.
ンいい感じいいこと起こりそうな予感 とりあえず入れてみる私も手伝うようわやばいアレットちゃんやるないい感じじゃない私も負けてる友情の勝利だよ
Nice.
ねアレットちゃん
Alright, now for these bitches.
ここにしよ
I don't know where to put this fucking piece. This piece sucks. Can I just get rid? Can I just burn?
うグルコーングルコー
I'm gonna put this here. We're just gonna burn it. We're just gonna burn it. It's an atrocious piece and it deserves to die.
ン私も手伝うよアレットちゃんやるなすごいのできちゃうかもうわやばい私も負けてられないやここにしよう私も手伝うよアレットちゃんやるなうわやばいアレットちゃんやるのいい感じじゃない私も負けてられないや
Nice.
グルコーングルコーンどの特性にしようこれでいいかなパパッと仕上げちゃおういたレベルアップ
Alright. And then we'll go sickle something together as well. No, items. I always go to equipment. There, we got a better pick. So now we just need to go use the sickle in the fancy way one more time. Which I think we can do this. I think there's a spot nearish here. I can see it, it's dead ahead. Nice. Back home we go.
しようかな。
We'll make a new sickle, that's fine. Try and make a better quality. We'll have a sickling good time. Sure, they can just belong there for now. Yellow there, this fucking there, I guess. I need to be less time wasty with this. I need to just kind of get a move on. I just kind of sit on it for ages, like, where can I put this? I need to just kind of be like, no, just commit, have confidence, have assurance, put that down, and you like it. Right, now the one that's actually kind of important, because it's just going to give us extra materials to burn. I need to make this all link. That's the problem. I need all of it to link together, and it's currently not. So I can get that bumped. These pieces are the obstacle together. I need enough links to transform a piece into another one. That's why I'm trying so hard to make this work. I just don't think it will. I think I'll just have to accept my losses. Actually, there we go. Never mind. I don't have to accept shit. And now we can make this using it.
まずはあれから、いや、それとも
I'll come back to that one.
まずはあれから、いや、それとも さて、どう料理しようかな。いい感じ。グルコーン、グルコーン。
I do think I'm at a point, because of how long these all take, I think I do need to start putting more tracks on on like a playlist. For the Atelier and whatnot, because this one track is starting to wear on me a little bit, just because we spend so much time on in here. Like, even compared to other Atelier games, I don't think we ever spent this long fusing stuff in, you know, even Liddy and Suli, where I really started to get into the knack of it.
力を貸そう。
ありですね。とりあえず入れてみる？これはここ。すごいのできた。
Oh, it wasn't enough. I was hoping I could kind of get enough links, but I don't think there is. For this terror. The terror! I haven't poke out this end. And I can't take a single... Actually, I think I can take a couple. Yeah, I can get away with a couple. Oh, it's not enough. Hang on. Nice. Alright, all our bait, like, oh, not all, most of our base gear has been upgraded now. It's just the bomb hammer and bug net, but that they can wait. We've got a slingshot, we've got a better pick, a better sickle, and a better rod. We're in business. That's my throat cracks. Voice cracks. I think now's a good time to wrap up. My brain is starting to fry for some reason. It is just not playing with me. So I'll save. Alright, so I think we did okay. I'm still waiting on this, but I'm guessing it is literally just what the game says. Just wait. Wait until the game says. So advance the plot more. And eventually they'll be willing to talk about it. I need to go do that to main objective, but that's what we'll start with tomorrow. Yeah, that'll do for us. So, tomorrow we back more on this. Hopefully less time synthesizing, more time out exploring. But that being said, I think we made good progress today. We managed to actually, you know, take on that dragon. We fought a few quests. We made it to the ancient city of Royum. We didn't make it to the volcano, which is what I was kind of aiming for, but beggars can't be choosers. I got really carried away with the crafting and whatnot. The alchemy, but beggars can't be choosers. I think we did alright. I'll see you guys again tomorrow for more Atelier Sophie 2. Till then though, take care now, and peace.